We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
The list of 3-time MHSAA Finals champions in girls golf grows by 2, and a perfect season on the tennis court ends with a championship. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Lauren Timpf and Mia Melendez are no strangers to winning golf tournaments, and the pair each captured their 3rd individual girls' Lower Peninsula golf title over the weekend, becoming just the 7th and 8th golfers in MHSAA history to do so. Timpf from Macomb Lutheran North shot a final round 67 to win Division III by 8 strokes. Her performance helped Lutheran North to a 3rd place overall finish. Grand Rapids Catholic Central finished 1st. Melendez, a junior from Ann Arbor Green Hills, won her 3rd straight Division IV title by firing a 2-day total of 148, 2 strokes better than the field. Melendez will enter her senior year with a chance to be the first Lower Peninsula girls golfer to win 4 straight titles ever. Lansing Catholic won the team title in Division IV. In Division II, Lauren Davis of Coopersville is your individual champ, while Farmington Hills Mercy repeated as team champ. And in Division I, Elise Fennell of East Kentwood captured medalist honors. Rochester Adams was the top team. For more on all 4 divisions of Lower Peninsula girls golf, make sure you check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the last week. First up, Pickford's Talia Schreiber. She captured the UP Division III girls cross country title and set a D3 cross country finals record in the process, clocking in at just under 18 minutes and 50 seconds. On the boys' side, Sault Ste. Marie's Gabe Litzner broke 16 minutes in winning the UP Division I boys cross country title. He's just the 2nd runner in the UP to ever break 16 minutes. And to Hart's Jose Luis Andaverde. He scored 4 times in a win over Ravenna, giving Hart their first win over the Bulldogs since 1992, their 8th win, which tied a school record, and qualified Hart for the playoffs for the first time ever.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
Soccer games in the postseason have one big noticeable difference from the regular season. In the postseason, games cannot end in a tie, so the games go to overtime and possibly a shootout. Here's how that works. If a game is tied at the end of regulation, it will go to overtime, which is 2 10-minute periods played in its entirety. There is no sudden death or golden goal winner. If there is a winner at the end of the 20 minutes, that team wins and advances to the next round. If it is still tied, we move to a shootout. In the shootout, the teams alternate taking 5 penalty kicks. If it is still tied after 5 kicks, they each kick until the tie is broken.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. How about the season Austin King had on the tennis courts for Midland Dow? The junior ripped through a perfect regular season and backed that up by winning a MHSAA title in Division II at #1 singles. King did all of that without losing a single set the entire season. He ends 37-0 and helped Dow win a second straight team tennis title, their 8th in the last 17 years. In Division I, Bloomfield Hills repeats as the Lower Peninsula Boys champs. Bloomfield Hills, Cranbrook, Kingswood won it all in Division III. And Ann Arbor Green Hills is the champion of Division IV. It's the Griffins' 4th title in the last 6 years. Complete brackets and coverage of all 4 divisions, both team and individual results, are all available online at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Start step up the middle of the field, 40, big hole, 50, he's gone, 45, at the 30, left sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Jaden Terry. The tank with an answer, give read option keeper, whole bunch of space, at the 40, got the 35, 30, up the middle of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Bryce Underwood. And welcome to Game Night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here. Taking it at the 14-yard line, off step by Tyson Man. Jimmy's over the 30, burst of speed at the 40, right sideline, 50, able to get away from the tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown, Grandville. Snap to Underwood from the gun, fake handoff in the RPO, thrown left side, caught Yarbrough, sidesteps the defender at the 5, walks in the end zone, touchdown Belleville. The Tigers put it away, 34-17. They're going to go back-to-back. Fake handoff, keeper left side over the 45-yard line, upside the numbers of the 40, 35-30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie. And Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice. And hello everyone, and welcome to Game Night, and welcome to the road to Ford Field, and welcome to Bulldog Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, this is Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, and this is the Border War rematch, and it was quite the ball game last time, 44-37, a back-and-forth shootout that Grandville was able to win at the time, handed Hudsonville their first loss of the season, and kind of the rest is history down the stretch in this year, Chandler. But, you know, both of these teams, you can reset the records to nothing, every cliche you maybe want to say in that regard, because it's going to be a good one tonight. A lot to get to in terms of the health and some of the things we're expecting out of these two teams. But at the end of the day, if the last game is any sort of idea of where this one's going to go, we know just a little bit of how great of a football game this is going to be.
Yeah, it sure is. Having that matchup party in the season here at Grandville, and a really good game back and forth all the way down to the end. Of course, these two teams have gone a couple different directions since that game, but a lot of different changes for them, both personnel-wise and injury-wise coming into this one, and kind of be interesting to see what factor that plays in the second matchup.
Absolutely. This is the Centennial Securities pregame show, and I think the best way to get into things is probably not to hear from us, but how about we go to Coach's Corner? Grandville head coach Eric Stiegel joined us this week on MGN. We will quick go to break and then send it over to Coach Stiegel as he'll be able to take us through the season and especially help get us ready for this matchup.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, Isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back, everyone, to MGN and Coach's Corner. Very excited for the first time since before the season. We are joined by the head coach of the Grandville Bulldogs, Mr. Eric Stiegel. Coach, how are you? How excited are you guys to get going for the playoffs here?
Oh, doing great. I'm really excited again to, be in the playoffs and, realize that your hard work and the kids' commitment has paid off, and it's kind of led to, some extra football for us. And, again, we don't take any of that for granted. It's a special thing to, just to keep being together as a team.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of one of the things before we can kind of take a broad look back at the season, we obviously have had a chance to talk to each of your captains and some of your other players the last couple of weeks. And, I as always can only give the highest praise, for all these guys. I guess tell me again about this senior group, about this captain group you guys have, because it's a smaller group, but you can really tell how hardworking and how much they do to help lead the rest of this team on and off the field.
Right, it is. It's one of our small senior classes. I think it is the small senior class since I've been here. Maybe you can look at that for a number of reasons. But I every year I always have at the end of the previous school year, sort of in the spring of 23. I always have our seniors come over to my house, have a barbecue, cookout type deal, games, and would always want to kind of set the tone with those guys, get their thoughts, but also just kind of lay out, the landscape for the season. And for those guys, we said that, it was going to be a smaller senior group, but it had to be a tight senior group. And that group, that group, they are a very tight group. A lot of these guys had big contributions last year as juniors. Some of them had big contributions as sophomores. Mm-hmm. So for them, it was really about being a tight group, but just leaving their mark on the program. Okay, even though they're a smaller group, they can leave a big mark, and they've already left a good mark. And I think for those guys now, we want to keep pushing forward and keep playing as much football as possible.
Yeah, for sure. And let's kind of before we look ahead to the playoffs, let's just take a broad look back, at this season. 7-2, great wins over, especially Caledonia. The losses, of course, to two of the top three teams in the state. Just kind of tell me the 1,000-foot view, how you're kind of looking back at this regular season.
Well, I think when you look back at it, and it's still probably a little early for me to do that because we're so honed in on Hudsonville this week. I think when you look back at it, obviously we think it's a fairly successful season. You look back at, the wins. I mean, we had a big win over Hudsonville on homecoming where we had to come from behind against a really good team. That was a big win for us. Obviously the win at Caledonia was very dramatic over a really good team that got the best of us the past couple of years. So I think that was a big win for us, especially in that fashion on the road. And, so I think those are some highlights that stick out to me. But, I think you also look back, there were a lot of games this year. You look at the Grand Haven game. They start off, they get an onside kick, they score. They get a kick return. We're battling with them, really almost into the third quarter. And those are games maybe the previous couple of years we've kind of ran away with. West Ottawa vastly improved. I think you saw that. I think they really turned a corner in the middle of the season. We're back and forth with those guys again. We fumble an opening kickoff. And they play really well because they're a good team, and that's a game into the fourth quarter. So I think our group has played in probably more competitive games this year, more games that were kind of down to the wire or into the fourth quarter than they had in the past. So I think that does make us battle tested. I think that puts us in a spot where we feel like, if we can get to the game to the fourth quarter, we're going to be in good shape. So I think that's one of the unique things about it. We have found ways to make big special teams plays. We have found ways to make big defensive stops, and some time consuming drives and some big plays down the stretch of games. So I think that's one of the views I have of this season. And like you said, our losses are against two really good teams, Rockford and Daviston, who I'm sure they feel like they're probably state title contenders. I think that about those teams. So, we'd like to play better against those teams, and hopefully we get a shot to.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned kind of off the top talking about, the senior class. The other really big part of this team is how young you guys have been all year long. And adding to that, there have been some injuries and some different challenges thrown there as well. Tell me about the youth of this team and how proud you are and what you felt they've been able to do, kind of having to step up into bigger roles and maybe unexpectedly bigger roles throughout the season.
Well, I think, they're definitely – I think we knew we were going to be young going in. I think especially at the linebacker spot, we were going to start a junior and 2 sophomores. So I think those guys have grown. Obviously, we lost Reed Graverson for the season, and that kind of put some more – pressure on Garrett Rocky. Garrett Rocky got hurt, has played great for us at tight end and linebacker. He came back last week. So Anton Santowski, a senior, had to step in and play great. Braylon Haney, as a sophomore, very physical player, definitely growing at linebacker. But all of a sudden, Easton Sadinsky's out after the Hudsonville game. Reed Graverson's his backup. Reed Graverson's out. All right, Braylon, here you go. And he's played great. So I do think that you look at just some of the preparation that we've given these guys in the practices and that I think that shows that they were ready. You look at even in our line, we got a guy named Daniel Wiley who is starting an offense and playing a lot of defense as a sophomore. So we're definitely still are younger than probably usually are. But we were talking yesterday about this. Right now, these guys are not. We're not looking at these guys as young football players right now. I mean, they have played a tremendous schedule against some of the best competition in the state. So I think right now we don't look at ourselves as a young football team. Maybe at the beginning of the year we look at this is who we are right now, and these guys have grown up. And we're going to obviously still lean on a lot of those sophomores, and obviously you include Jaden Terry in that mix, even though he's a sophomore, we don't maybe think of him like that. We're going to lean on these guys in the playoffs as we go, as we take on Hudsonville this week. Yeah,
absolutely. And we'll get ahead to the playoffs in just a second. Want to just have a little bit of a quick note for fun that I haven't gotten a chance to talk to you, obviously, at any point in the year. Right. So I want to go back to the Grand Haven game. So most coaches only get a chance to really be able to preach toughness and taking a hit and getting back on their feet. They can only preach it. You had a chance in that game, if I remember, that you kind of got pummeled into by a couple of your guys, got back up. Were you able to take a chance to show the film to the guys and say, hey, look at this. Here's what I can do.
It was actually, it actually showed up better on the Grand Haven film, I think. There's a couple different angles. But, so it was a play. Again, they have a tremendous quarterback who's a junior who runs around and making plays. And he had kind of broken contain on the play. I think it was a second or third down play. And he's running towards our sideline. And Stephen Jackson is pursuing just like we want him to. And he basically takes him, and then I kind of get swept. I see it coming. Thankfully, I kind of jumped. So my legs didn't get caught. But, I took a spill, got right back up. And, I think the kids had some fun with it. I think the school news might even have some fun with it. So, but that's all good. I was fine. And, didn't miss a beat.
No, that's good. And because we noticed that, we saw everyone went pummeling in. I'm like, oh, there's a collision on the sideline. We're like, oh, that's Coach Stiegel at the base of it. So no, I want to go back to that because that's something we get a chance to talk about. All right, let's. I guess we can now turn to the playoffs. I guess first, the main thing about this playoffs is you look at the region. You guys have played 5 of the other 7 teams already in this region. And it's a real gauntlet. So before we focus on, Hudsonville, talk a little bit of just kind of about this playoff, this region setup, Rockford and Davison and Grand Blanc and all these, other great OK Red teams. It certainly is quite the test for everyone to try to make it through.
Well, number one, again, our complete focus is on Hudsonville. That was a game where we had to come from behind to win that game in the fourth quarter to beat those guys. And, that's our complete focus. When you do look at the region, I do think you look at it and it's paired up maybe a little bit different than in previous years where we do get a Davison and Grand Blanc. It looked like they kind of grabbed schools from the north and paired them with us with that. And, that's fine. That's how they decide to do it. I'm sure if you look at the other regions, there's some really good teams too. It is a little unique where, again, we've played so many of these teams and that tends to happen a little bit, especially on the west side of the state in Division I playoffs, just with the lack of Division I teams that you have. Whereas on the east side of the state, that's probably where 85% of the Division I schools are. So there's much greater, those boundary lines, depending on how they're drawing, there's probably more variability in who you're playing. with that. I said I've long been a proponent of seeding the playoffs 1 through 8, 1 through 16, to try to give your kids, to get some different matchups and get some different things. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. And it is what it is right now. We know that if we want to make a run, that we're going to have to go through first Hudsonville and then another OK Red school, to get to the region. So, we'll have to go through an OK Red gauntlet for sure, for us to get there. And that starts with Hudsonville.
Yep. Like you said, starts with Hudsonville, This team you mentioned, it was a shootout and a tough game. You guys came from behind.
Right.
I think one of the X factors is you're likely going to be seeing a different quarterback this game than you guys even saw in the first one. I mean, preview a little bit of what you're looking at taking on the Eagles again.
Well, I think they are a very good football team, very physical on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they come after you, have a lot of good kids at all three levels of the defense. On offense, again, they can play with multiple wide receivers, multiple tight ends, multiple backs. So I think they can give you some different things there. Offensive line comes off the ball well and opens up seams for their running backs and their quarterback. You said I do think we probably will see number 2, their junior quarterback. We saw a sophomore, last time. But for us, they're similar in some regard. I do think number 2 they have probably ran him inside more and done more quarterback runs with him. That's not to say that we couldn't see both, but he's kind of been their guy. So I believe they probably feel better with him. Probably a little bit bigger arm than number 7, although number 7 hurt us getting outside the pocket and making some plays down the field. So I think no matter who they have in there, it's going to be a challenge for us, and we're going to have to play a really good game to come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can't wait. Coach, thank you, as always, for your time, and good luck Friday night.
All right. Thanks a lot for all you guys do, and go Dogs.
All right, go Dogs. Eric Stiegel on MGN. All right. And welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. This is the Centennial Securities pre-game show. A lot more still to get to. CTs, welcome inside here. Bulldog Stadium, but Chandler, first into the team overviews. I think the main story with these two teams is the Bulldogs are running out onto the field right now is the different directions since they last played each other. Last time these teams saw each other, Grandville, 1-loss team, Hudsonville, unbeaten. After, though, Hudsonville has only won 1 game, and Grandville, of course, has gone on a run, just losing once, including a win over Caledonia down the stretch run. So teams going in different directions. We always talk about you can throw that out in the playoffs, but it certainly plays a factor when you think about these teams in very, very different places now than when they met in Week 5.
For sure. There's no doubt that momentum plays a factor when you look at a Hudsonville team that was undefeated coming into this game the first time around, feeling pretty good, a close game against the Bulldogs, and dropping that one, and kind of the carryover from that, the tough second half of the schedule in the OK Red, losses to Rockford, Caledonia in there, and then struggling against some of the teams lower down in the standings in the OK Red as well. So you never want to be struggling going into the postseason. The Bulldogs, on the other hand, have been playing a lot better, winning against Caledonia. Had some domination games in there as well that they were able to kind of get things rolling outside of that loss to Rockford. But, I mean, the good news for the Eagles at this point is now you get a total reset. You go into playoffs, and that kind of you try to block that out, but you're able to get to the postseason. That's really all that matters. But definitely it helps having a couple wins stacked together. You're feeling pretty good if you're the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. All right, we got a lot more to get to. Do not go anywhere. We're right back here on the MGN Road to Ford Field in the Centennial Securities pregame show.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts. Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
At Sporting U, we know the quality and service our customers are looking for, and we make sure we deliver. Whether it's uniforms, embroidered or screen-printed apparel, promotional products, or company web store, Sporting U has an experienced team, phenomenal suppliers, and in-house production to make it all happen seamlessly. You think it, we ink it. Our team is here to help your team stand out. Find out more at sportingu.com. That's sporting and the letter U.com.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at GRSH.
All right, apologies to the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame, and I have to cut out early because we are moving things along ahead of schedule at Bulldog Stadium, and the MGN Road to Ford Field is just about ready to go. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. Hudsonville will be kicking off to the Bulldogs to begin. The dangerous Miguel Rojas with a couple return touchdowns on the year, both coming in that Caledonia game, has got himself backed inside the 5-yard line and getting ready to receive this. The Eagles will break it out, and Ian Munoz will get ready to send this one away for the Eagles in just a moment. We'll get to our coaches and get to much more in just a second. Hudsonville traveling white uniforms with the yellow helmet. The Bulldogs in the home maroons. Right leg through the ball from Munoz, right to left across your radio dial. A near side tumbler. Touches high at the 1-yard line. Rojas is forced to field it as it went straight up in the air. He takes it over the 10-yard line and gets laid out just past the 10, or just shy of around the 15-yard line after that return. Tonight's head coaches are Eric Stiegel for Grandville and Brent Sandy from Hudsonville. That's tonight's coaches. presented by Sporting U. Sporting U, you think it, we ink it. We have what you need to look your best. Check them out at sportingu.com. And this week's Family Fare tailgate special is 80% lean ground beef. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Go to shopfamilyfare.com. Cash Ruff and the Grandville offense will operate out of the tee from their own 15-yard line to give to Braylon Haney. 2 hands on the ball. He'll charge over the 20 and down to the 21 for a good carry of 6 on first down. Wrestled down by Jonathan Karsten, the junior linebacker for Grandville. Ruff gets the start. The tight end unit will be Mike Medeiros and Garrett Naraki for the Bulldogs. Terry and Kopko will be joined by Braylon Haney to start. Easton Sadinsky is active tonight. He doesn't get the start, however, in the backfield for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 4 from their own 21-yard line. 2 tight end T. Ruff turns. This is Jaden Terry jumping over the line. Has a hand in the back of a defender. Takes it outside the numbers to the 25. Broke a tackle over the 30 and walks out of bounds to the 34. That'll move the chains. Good first carry of the game from Tank, Chandler.
Yeah, really strong run to the right side, going off tackle. Able to get a couple yards after contact there, bumps it even more further to the sideline, able to pick up the first down for the Bulldogs.
They'll give him the 35 on the full mark forward. So in from the sideline, Ruff wears number 9 in the maroon top, white bottom home uniform for the Bulldogs as we open the MGN Road to Ford Field here. 11:15 on the first quarter clock, 2 tight end T. Hudsonville brings 4 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers. Give to Jaden Terry up the middle. Broke a tackle, burst of speed just shy of the 45 to the 44-yard line where the inside of the defense is able to collapse on him. Trenton Nauber, the junior free safety, making the stop. Hudsonville running with 1 high roaming safety, trying to load the box outside of that. That's a gain of 9 for Jaden Terry to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 1. Ball in between the hashes. Grandville marching left to right across your radio dial. 10:48 and less to go first quarter. No score. Cash Ruff under center. A turn from the senior. Fake give to Haney. On to Terry. Up the middle. He gets the 46-yard line into the tackling pile. And Terry is going to be able to move the chains, driving right into Isaac Vanderveen, the junior defensive lineman, and a lot more of this big rotating front line for the Eagles. 10:34 and less to go. Clock ticking down in the first quarter. Grandville working at a pretty pedestrian pace right now, offensively getting into things and getting the rhythm, Chandler.
Yeah, able to get another first down there. The slow developing counter run only picked up 2 yards, but enough on 2nd and short to get the first down.
1st and 10 from their own 46. This is Braylon Haney over left guard. He gets his legs taken out of him from underneath of him as he tries to jump through the line of scrimmage, and he's able to, with the ball ahead of his head, fall ahead to the 48-yard line for a gain of 2 on first down. 2nd and 8 for Grandville. See Jalen Osting, the junior outside linebacker and defensive back, in on that stop, and Cash Ruff will get the new signal for the Bulldogs. We take under 10 minutes to go here in the first. Grandville will stick out of the 2 tight end T. Again, it's Medeiros and Naraki starting at tight ends for the Bulldogs in this one. Ruff will turn and give to Terry up the middle, bottled up, nowhere to go. Ethan Carter giving a leveling hit at the 49-yard line, just in to Hudsonville territory. It's 3rd and 5, and for the first time today, Grandville is going to have to try to move the chains right here on this Hudsonville defense, if I can spit out what I wanted to say.
Yeah, the Eagles able to do much better on 1st and 2nd down there. Just a couple yards on each play gives them a chance on 3rd and medium now.
3rd and 5 just into Hudsonville territory at the 49. Ruff will give it to Jaden Terry up the middle, immediately into the pile, and he pushes the pile down to the 47-yard line for a gain of a couple. So it'll make it decision time. Of course, not much of a decision time for Coach Stiegel and his offense. It'll be 4th and 2 for Grandville. Haney comes off. Emery Moody comes on. And they've got to get 2 yards on this 4th down. 8:54 and less to go. Big moment, it feels like, early. If Hudsonville's defense, Chandler, can bow up and make a stop right here, it'd be huge for the game script for them.
Yeah, it sure would. The Bulldogs across midfield still easily can run the football here. Playbook pretty much wide open.
They will shift Medeiros to the right side of the line, and into the right slot goes Naraki. They'll follow Naraki to the right side with Terry, cutting past the defenders, past the 45, diving down to the 43-yard line. He's got just enough to move the chains. Jack Zeiderveen on the tackle, and Jaden Terry got all of what he needed and not much more, and Grandville moves it ahead.
Yeah, needed a full 3 yards there. Ended up getting just 4, but enough as Terry finishing the run pretty strong there, able to fall forward, extend the football as he went to make that an easy spot and an easy first down.
Bulldogs working with some pace to the 43-yard line. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go, first quarter. Ruff turn and a give up the middle to Kopko, and he is bottled up right away, gets 1 yard up to 2nd and 9. Emery Moody right now, by the way, the 5'10", 170-pound plus junior, staying in on the right side of the line. I think that weight, by the way, that we have for him is a little bit outdated. He's certainly put some on throughout the last couple years to play the edge rusher position that he does on the defensive side of the ball. It'll be 2 yards officially, 2nd and 8 for Grandville, up to the Hudsonville 41-yard line as the Bulldogs drive. We go under 7:50 to go first quarter. Still no score. And the Bulldogs and the home Maroons will break it out. Medeois to the left side of the line. Naraki to the right side as tight ends. Hudsonville brings 4 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers. This is Emery Moody over left guard, tripped up at the line of scrimmage and falls ahead to the 40 for a gain of 1. So it'll be 3rd and 7. And again, Grandville finds themselves in a 3rd and medium to 3rd and long position again for back-to-back sequences.
Yeah, the Hudsonville defense stepping up pretty quickly here. Now the running game starting to shut down. Last couple of runs going just 2 to 3 yards on average after a couple chunk runs early on for the Bulldogs. Now putting themselves in position where they're having to convert on 3rd and 4th downs. This one the furthest 3rd down they faced tonight so far.
It is 3rd and 7 right in between the hashes. Hudsonville 40-yard line. Cash Ruff has relayed the message from Coach Stiegel to his unit. They break it out. Ruff will turn, give to Jaden Terry up the middle. Stumbled past one defender. Lowered his shoulder. Took a late hit from Connor Britnell after a gain of about 3. And I think that will be an unnecessary roughness and a late hit coming to Britnell, or maybe actually even a face mask. And that'll move the chains for the Bulldogs. We wait for the official call, but a bit of a break right there for Grandville. Looks like Britnell grabbed the face mask on the stop. That is exactly the call. So that'll move the chains on the face mask grab of Terry. It's all part, though, of trying to stop Terry. You see, guys, he probably draws more penalties than almost any other running back because guys are just doing whatever they can to bring down the hard-running sophomore.
Yeah, you watch a lot of footage prepping to face Jaden Terry there and just trying to bring him down any way you can and see the way he breaks tackles. So just trying to get your hands on him any way possible sometimes can get up towards the face mask area.
Almost half of the clock gone right here in the first quarter. 6.5 to go. Grandville trying to draw the Eagles offside. Now they'll look back towards the near sideline and Coach Stiegel for the new message. 1st and 10 Grandville, Hudsonville 21-yard line. 6 minutes, 31 seconds and less to go. 2 tight end T for the Bulldogs. Give to Jaden Terry, but whistles cut the air. Coach Stiegel wanted and got a timeout before that one was snapped. Next fall, Calvin University debuts its intercollegiate football program, and practice is already underway for Coach Trent Figg and the Knights. This fall, catch Michigan Sports Radio's coverage of the Knights' countdown to kickoff with the debut of Figg on Football Monthly Show. You also can watch Calvin College hockey on Michigan Sports Radio. All right, CT, 6:27 to go. Of course, thanks to Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors here of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. During the timeout, here's a look. The main talking point, of course, with Grandville's offense, Chandler, are the running backs. Carson Kopko, great performance with 3 touchdowns last week. Jaden Terry, the numbers speak for themselves. But it's that duo of Sadinsky and Haney. We've seen Haney so far. He stepped right in for Sadinsky. We've seen Moody. That's been kind of the X-factor running back position.
It has, yeah. Sadinsky, just before he went out, was really turning into a big play threat in that backfield as well. Unfortunately, he went down with that injury, but Haney has stepped in and filled that role pretty well for this Bulldogs team as well, a guy that they can really trust in the backfield.
1st and 10 for Grandville. 6:27 to go first quarter. No score. They're up to the Hudsonville 21-yard line. Cash Ruff under center for the Bulldogs. Haney back in. Give on to Jaden Terry. Stretching right. Broke a tackle at the 20. Racing right at the 10. Jumping over defender. Diving for the pylon. Helmet came off. Touchdown Grandville. Jaden Terry finding a way. Jumping and diving into the end zone. And Grandville has the first lead. A terrific play from the sophomore 6-0 Bulldogs.
A fantastic drive for the Bulldogs to start things off, taking up almost 6 minutes off the clock. Then the longest play of the drive coming right there, 21 yards. Jaden Terry breaking it down the right side and having to finish that run. He tried to go over top of the defender, ended up getting spun around, dangerous landing, but looks like he popped up just fine. Lost the helmet on the way, but tremendous finish to that run.
Grandville will look to add the point after right here with the kick. Karen, right leg through the football. He got all of that one. It's good. 7-0 Grandville, and the Bulldogs have been able to stretch their advantage to the full 7. Good start for Grandville offensively as Jaden Terry finishes things off right there. Again, quick message will stay with you here, but thanks to Centennial Securities, Farms Insurance, as I was just mentioning, presenting sponsorship of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. All of our other great presenting sponsors with Michigan Sports Radio as well, but you'll see them rotated on screen throughout the game. Make sure you follow MGN on social media at MI Game Night across all platforms, Twitter, X, whatever you may call it, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, where many of you may be tuned in tonight. Also, make sure through MichiganGameNight.com and the Michigan Game Night page on MichiganSportsRadio.com that you check out the merch shop for MGN. We've got even some playoff-themed new merch and a ton of things you can look through and purchase there with our partners at Spring. So, cool things you can check out right there. Jake Karanen, ball at the 40-yard line, gets ready to send this one away left to right across your radio dial. Ricky Browley had a couple dangerous returns last time against the Bulldogs. He's on the far side of the field, to his right. Inside the 10 is the deep man, backed to the 9-yard line. 6:20 to go, first quarter. Grandville the advantage. Karanen will break him out. Karanen, the sophomore, right leg through the football. High, twisting, short kick is brought in at the 22-yard line by a Hudsonville up man. Will be gathered up just over the 30 to the 32. Tackle made by a host of Bulldogs as that was Paul, one of the starting wideouts, the junior who was able to corral that one. He's brought down. It'll be a 32-yard line starting position for this Hudsonville offense, Chandler, and that's the first talking point. We didn't see Griffin Baker last time. The Bulldogs didn't see Griffin Baker last time these two teams played. It was Brady Van Lake, the sophomore, that got the start in that contest. Instead, Baker brings a little bit. We're expecting to see him start, and he does bring a little bit more of a power run and a different element to this offense for Hudsonville. And it is, by the way, Baker that will lead out the offense to start. So he gets ready to lead the offense. Bryce Fox, the junior, will start at the tailback. Behind him, out of the pistol, tight end and a wing to the right side of the line. Grandville opens with a 4-down front. Give to Fox, stormed in the backfield. Stephen Jackson made first contact, and then Fox is stood up by Emery Moody for a loss of 3 yards inside the 30, back to the 29-yard line. Grandville defense had that run play blown up.
Immediately in the backfield from the defensive line, a couple different positions there, able to shut that run in the backfield. Fox never had a chance to try to turn that one upfield, and Fox, a pretty powerful runner, so able to bring him down for a loss on first down.
Hudsonville look back to the sideline. 5:45 and less to go. First quarter. It's a 2nd and 13 here for the Eagles. Now backed up to their own 29-yard line. Traveling white uniforms. White top, white bottom, helmets in yellow with a blue Eagles wing on either side. Again, 2 wide receiver, 2 blockers up the right side as a pitch right this time to Fox. Splits away from one defender. Burst of speed over the 35. Takes it outside the numbers where he's corralled shy of the 40 to 37-yard line. So able to get it back to third and manageable. Good tough run there from Bryce Fox as he's breaking some tackles the whole way. Under 5:15 to go in the first. 7-0 Grandville.
A big run early on from the Eagles there to get them back on schedule. In this possession, after the run going backwards on first down, they go back to the run game, but this time pitch to the outside, get Fox a little bit more chance to try to turn some speed upfield, able to get off that right side and give them a third manageable now.
Griffin Baker from the pistol. 2 wide receivers set, right hash mark, 3rd and 5 from the 37-yard line. Baker, give to Fox over left guard, broke a tackle, angles left at the 40, stiff arm to the 45, got the first down to the 46-yard line. Tackle made by Newville. They had him stopped in the backfield, Jackson and company, but Fox Chandler putting the stiff arm on and moving the change to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Fox really making that one happen. He had probably 3 or 4 yards pretty easily before contact. Would have been a 4th down situation if he'd been brought down there, but just the strong legs breaking through that one tackle and then a couple stiff arms to push some defenders to the ground and get past the chains.
4.5 to go first quarter. Hudsonville from their own 46-yard line, again out of the pistol, tight end and wing to the right side of the line. Snap to Baker, give to Fox over right guard following blockers. Sidesteps one man over the 50, got tripped up to the 49 and dives all the way ahead to the 46 or 47-yard line. Newville on the trip and the tackle, but a good carry of 7 yards on first down for Fox, who's keeping the feet churning right now. Very good start for the grinding junior.
Yeah, it's been a heavy dose of Fox early on. All 4 carries and all 4 plays have gone to him. After the first one went negative, then now 8, 9, and 7-yard carries for him.
2nd and 3 from the Grandville 47-yard line. Back to the pistol. 4 down front for the Bulldogs. Baker went to the hard count, looks back to the sideline. Starting receiver moving right to left. Near side is Carson Dykstra. Far side is Cole Williams. New call from the sideline, relayed in for Baker, wearing number 2 in the traveling white uniforms. The junior Baker gives to the junior Fox. Stutter step up the middle, burst of speed down to the 40-yard line, and tumbles down to the 39 to move the chains once more for a twisting Fox. They'll give him on the knee, the 40 only, but that still is enough, and Hudsonville continues to matriculate it. They haven't had to go to the air so far. A grinding start, tight end, wing back, 2 wide receivers, and running it up the middle with their charging junior, CT.
Yeah, that went right up the middle of the field in the wide open hole between the center and guard gap on the right side. Fox, an easy lane to run through the middle of the field there.
3.5 minutes to go, first quarter. 7-0 Grandville. Baker give to Fox, breaking away from Braylon Haney in the backfield. Burst of speed, angles right over the 35 and dives down to the 30 to move the chains. Exactly runs for 10. And again, for the 3rd or 4th time this drive, Grandville's got a stop in the backfield, but Bryce Fox is able to break the tackle and move the chains.
Yeah, Fox just doing it all on his own right now. Bulldogs defense has been there and had guys in the right spot occasionally, but Fox just making guys miss. Really not making them miss. He's running them over right now. He's running through some arm tackles, and the Bulldogs having some issues wrapping them up.
And remember, for Grandville, such a big part of things is no Reed Graverson for the rest of the season. The Bulldog, very critical junior, is out for this year, and normally is right in the middle making those sort of stops. Anton Senkowski in from the sideline as Naraki is going to take a breather for at least this next place. He's getting his left elbow wrapped up a little bit on the sideline. Hudsonville back to work out of the pistol. Tight end to the left, wing back to the left. 2 wide receiver set, 1st and 10 from the Grandville 30. High snap, settle down, given to Fox, and he stumbles into a trio of Bulldogs tacklers, and he dives ahead for only a yard to the 29. That time, Stephen Jackson and Miguel Rojas help meet him right in the hole. It's only a gain of 1, and it's 2nd and 9 as we tick under 2:45 to go in this first quarter. This Hudsonville offense, Chandler, they've been trying to find their wings all year long. 16.6 points per game. But the main talking point, their best game was against Grandville last time, so they had to have felt a little bit of momentum coming into this one. They're working quickly. Same formation. Power pistol. Bulldogs bring a 4 down front and change it up. Give again up the middle. The Fox has a big hole, breaking into the open field of the 20, and he's leg tackled past the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Braylon Haney helped hunt him down. That was a gaping hole to move the chains again for Fox, who has just taken it every single play so far on this drive.
Yeah, I could see Stephen Jackson able to get in the backfield, but great play design there to have that hole open up. Jackson's going into the backfield. Fox is shooting out the gap right there, and big gain down the field once again.
2 minutes to go. Back to the pistol for the Eagles from the 14-yard line. It's Fox again up the middle, and this time he's shut down at the line of scrimmage once more. May even lose a yard back to the 15 right here. Stephen Jackson in the middle of things, helping shut that play down. As Grandville able to win on 1st down that time defensively. We'll tick under 1:50 to go. Clock running on down. Grandville changing up their defense. Carson Kopko coming in here for Jackson Sanchez defensively. The mark will be right back to the original line of scrimmage at the 14-yard line. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Back to the 2 wide receiver. Single tight end. Single H-back. Both to the left side of the line. Pistol formation. It's Fox again up the middle. Stopped in the backfield as whistles cut the air. Penalty marker is down on the near side. We'll have to wait and see the call. It's a false start against the Eagles, so that'll turn into 2nd and 15. They've been able to really comfortably just run the ball with Fox every play so far. We'll see, though, if that penalty may force them to open up their playbook, Chandler.
Yeah, it might force them into and take them out of their run game that they've been going to exclusively so far. Bulldogs getting a stop for no gain on 1st down. Now the penalty going to put them behind the chain, so the Eagles might need to change things up here to get back on track.
Incredibly fast-moving first quarter. 1:19 and less to go in the first. 7-0 Grandville. Hudsonville 2nd and 16 from the Grandville 19-yard line. Grandville defensive coordinator KJ Landis barking in some signals right here as Hudsonville will work with a dual quarterback look in the backfield. Baker hands it off to Van Lake. Van Lake throws it back to Baker on a double pass. He'll run left over the 15, take it inside the 10, and is tackled down to the 2-yard line for a 1st and goal. They went shotgun with both of their quarterbacks on the field at the same time. It's a throwback pass with 2 quarterbacks out there, and the trick play moves the chains for the Eagles. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line, they'll mark it.
Well, they go straight from running the ball 9 straight times to the trick play right there, and it worked effectively. Almost a touchdown, but now going to have to try to punch it in from the 2-yard line.
Power look right here. It's a quarterback power run left side. Big hole for Baker. Jumps into the end zone. Touchdown, Hudsonville. The Eagles with a quick answer. 42 seconds to go. Griffin Baker, led by a dominant, powerful Bryce Fox running game, able to plow it into the end zone, and the Eagles answer right back in what feels just like last time out as they went back and forth on that one.
Yeah, it sure does. A impressive drive from the Eagles. The Bulldogs taking almost his first 6 minutes to score. The Eagles taking the next 6. We're going to find ourselves tied here. It's looking like at the end of the first quarter.
All right, Munoz look to add the extra point to knot the game at 7 right here. Snap down, right leg through the ball, and that's a high one right down the hatch. Good. 7-all with 42 seconds to go. We'll be right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and the MGN Road to Ford Field. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 42 seconds to go. Both teams have had the ball once. Both teams have scored. Jaden Terry for Grandville. Griffin Baker punched it in on his lone carry for Hudsonville. And the Eagles able to have a quick answer, 7-2 Grandville, 5-4 Hudsonville. The Bulldogs won the first meeting in a shootout between these two at Bulldog Stadium back in Week 5. Ian Munoz, right to left across your radio dial, gets ready to send this one away for the Eagles, who wear their all-white uniforms, the Bulldogs, in the home maroons. A grinding start, a very classic Grandville playoff game. Feel to this one. Munoz, 17 in white, right leg through the football, driving kick up the right hash mark, taken and fumbled, but regathered by Rojas, shifting at the 20, cut straight left, made a man miss, and dives ahead to the 21-yard line. So Rojas able to get Grandville just past the 20, and the Bulldogs offense, which moved the ball very effectively last time, 1 4th down conversion they had to make, but for the most part, the offense was able to take up time and be efficient. The problem is their defense kind of allowed the same thing on the other side of the ball. So I think for Coach Stiegel in this offense, they really need to see a little bit more of the same offensively as they try to grind, put points on the board, and take time off the board. Grandville from their own 21-yard line, 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. This is a give to Braylon Haney up the middle, and he'll push the pile to the 24-yard line for a gain of about 3 on first down as Haney drives to that. Still have not seen Easton Sadinsky. We've seen Moody instead of Sadinsky when they've gone to the power unit. You know, Grandville, he is active tonight, but I think they're trying to potentially stay away from Easton maybe as much as possible as he continues to try to get himself slowly healthy. But it's a winner-go-home type game, so certainly if they need him, if they maybe want to break out the pass game in particular, would not be surprised to see that broken out for the Bulldogs. And Grandville is going to let the clock tick to nothing. We've reached the end of the first. 7-all after 1. Looks like another shootout coming. Both teams have had one offensive possession, and both teams have put points on the board on that one drive. We'll be right back here from Grandville.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber with you here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio and the MGN Road to Ford Field. 12 fresh minutes on the board for the second quarter. 7-all in this one. Grandville and Hudsonville both pretty easily via the run game. Drove it down the field last time. Grandville runs it up to the line of scrimmage. Cash Ruff strides under center. The Bulldogs a 2nd and 7 from their own 24-yard line. Give to Jaden Terry on the stretch left. Able to make a man miss. Takes it outside the numbers to the 29. Burst of speed to the 35. Over the 35 and tight rope walks along the sideline where he's knocked out into a pile at the 45-yard line even. What a job by Jaden to keep his feet along the sideline, and the Bulldog terrific sophomore pushing it all the way ahead to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Jaden Terry, as he was looking to extend that play right around the left hash mark, able to shimmy just enough, make a run through an arm tackle, make a guy miss, extend that from what would have been a short gain to now a chunk play down the field, and the Bulldogs offense is rolling once again.
Two tight NT. Bulldogs break it out again and again. Braylon Haney to the right. Carson Kopko in the middle. It's Jaden Terry who gets the ball on the left of the linebacking course. He, along the line of scrimmage, ran right into the back of Jalen Osteen, the outside backer trying to make the tackle. Turns away from him and dives ahead around the 47, 48-yard line. 49-yard line even on the dive ahead for a 2nd and 6. Actually make it 48 for a 2nd and 6. For the Bulldogs right here. By the way, second quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialists. Their physicians specialize in allergy treatments, helping you find relief and get back into the game. Cash Ruff is back into the game with a call from the sideline from Coach Stiegel. 2nd and 7 for Grandville from their own 48-yard line. 11:14 to go second quarter. We're all knotted at 7. Ruff will turn and give it to Jaden Terry on the stretch right. Nice block from Carson Kopko. Cuts it up just past the 50 and dives down to the 48-yard line for a 3rd and medium. That's on its way. Knobber, the safety, making the stop for the Eagles. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Grandville into opponent territory. The GRPS Turkey Trot is taking place on Thanksgiving Day. Michigan Sports Radio listeners that register with the code 2023 MSR5 can receive $5 off. You can click on the Turkey Trot logo on the Michigan Sports Radio main page to enter. 3rd and 3 for Grandville to the Hudsonville 48-yard line. Two tight NT. Ruff turns. Give to Haney up the middle. Diving ahead. He's got the 45-yard line. That'll move the chains on the numbers. The Ethan Carter, the terrific 220-pound junior among the backers and on the stop right there for the Eagles. And Braylon Haney does what he always does. Wherever the exact number is on 3rd down, he seems to get it.
Yeah, needed the 45 and fell right on the 45. Didn't need a measurement there, but another conversion right around the same area on the field where they had to convert on 4th down earlier. That time, pick it up on 3rd.
Grandville 1st and 10 from the opponent 45-yard line. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first half. Delayed give from Ruff. Fake handoff. Bootleg left to pass. Pressure coming. Stiff arms a defender. Tries to throw it away. He's outside the tackle box. He essentially just spiked it into the ground ahead of him. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Grandville, as that was an absolutely blown-up play. Jonathan Karsten, the junior, was in all over him right here, as Ruff is stiff-arming and has to try to get his way ahead. Now, the pass, like I said, it didn't make the line of scrimmage. He had just spiked it in the ground in front of him. And I think that's what the discussion point from the Hudsonville sideline potentially was, but it's taken off, or it will not be taken off the Bulldogs. It'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up as Ruff's in from the sideline.
Yeah, Cash Ruff trying to extend that play to the left. It was about 10 yards in the backfield. I think the argument on the call, they were probably just trying to get rid of that one, not necessarily that he was intentionally spiking it.
Give on to Braylon Haney over right guard. He's stuffed and stood up right away with absolutely nowhere to go on that play. Ethan Carter busting through, only a gain of 1, and Grandville will have 3rd and 9 from the Hudsonville 44-yard line. 7-7 game. Hudsonville moved the ball without really any struggles on their first drive. Grandville now is backed up to their 3rd and longest problem so far offensively.
And one of the best chances so far on the night for the Eagles to try to get off the field. A lot of pressure on the play-action pass on 1st down, forces an incompletion, and he shut down the 2nd down and run for only a yard.
Bulldogs run it up to the line of scrimmage. They stack Naraki into the left slot off the line. Give to Jaden Terry on the stretch. Nowhere to go in the backfield. He was met by Karsten, met by 4 more Eagles, including Cholik on the leveling hit. Turned his head ahead to the 41-yard line, but it'll make it 4th down and 6 for the Bulldogs right here, Chandler. And they're going to have to go even maybe a little bit deeper into the playbook. So far, the only time they've tried to throw, incredible pressure was all in Cash Ruff's face.
Yeah, I think no hesitation here, leaving the offense on the field. We'll see if they, after that much pressure in the backfield, if they want to go to the play-action pass or try to get a junk run here to convert on 4th and long.
4th down and 6 on the Hudsonville 41-yard line. Just under 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Naraki again in the left slot. They'll hand it off to Jaden Terry on the stretch to the near side. He's chopped up by 5 or 6 Eagles, engulfing him in the backfield. Nowhere to go. And the Bulldogs will turn it over on downs. Carson Kopko and a couple Eagles came up jawing at the end of that play. But Hudsonville's defense gets a huge stop. And now the Eagles' offense gets a chance to make a statement and take a lead.
Yeah, huge sequence and a huge series for the Eagles defense there. It really all started on that first down pass, getting some immediate pressure in the backfield, forcing Cash Ruff into an incompletion, and then riding that out, able to shut down the run game 3 straight times.
So here comes Griffin Baker and company for the Hudsonville offense. 8:44 to go, 1st and 10. They start at their own 42-yard line. Baker will again work from the pistol. This time they go 3 wide set with a single tight, and in motion left to right across the line goes Paul. It's a handoff to Fox. Up the middle, made a man miss, and with speed jumps over the 50-yard line down to the 49, where he was corralled in the open field by Ethan Newville defensively. That'll be a gain of 9. And a 2nd and 1 in the Grandville territory to the 49-yard line coming up for the Eagles here.
First possession, Fox had a lot of carries where he was running through some tackles at the line of scrimmage and at the second level, but that one pretty much untouched until he got to the safety in Newville. Wide open in the middle of the field for him to run.
Bo Grodheist, the senior back, is in the backfield right now with this more spread 3 wide set. They worked with a wingback and a tight end, 2 receivers all last drive. This time Jack Wills, the tight end, off the left side of the line, and a 3 wide set. Grandville brings 4 down linebackers. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 1. Paul in motion across the line, now fakes back the other way. Snap to Baker. Quarterback power run left side, cutting it up over the 45-yard line. Spins down to the 40 where he's brought in by Avon Kopp, but a penalty marker on the near side of the field from around when that ball was snapped. So I think it'll be a violation on Hudsonville. I think going back to the motion from Paul pre-snap, we'll have to wait and see exactly what the call is. Officials will have a discussion with it. 7:47 to go in the second quarter. And it is an illegal formation on the Eagles. So that'll get taken back. 2nd and 1 becomes 2nd and 6. And a chain-moving run from Griffin Baker is negated. But Hudsonville's offense continues to really be able to efficiently move the ball however they've wanted to so far in this one.
Yeah, they've gone with a lot of the power run early on. It was almost an exclusive dose of Fox on the first series until they got in the red zone and then execute a trick play to get themselves on the goal line. But now the power run from Fox there, going with the quarterback power with Baker before that one was called back.
Hudsonville changing up their unit, and they're going to a little bit of a trick formation, a little bit of a wildcat formation with one of the big guys lined up out in the left slot. It's a throwback pass from Baker to Van Lake. He'll run it over the 50-yard line to the 49, back around where they were. They might even give him the 48 for the first down. We'll have to wait and see the mark. It'll be 1 yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 49-yard line. Interesting formation, interesting play call. Gets them back to where they were for 3rd and 1.
Yeah, really very interesting. But like almost 5-10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, making it look like he was going to catch that pass, maybe try to throw it down the field. Instead, just gets a wide open area to try to run, but the Bulldogs stopping him just short of picking up the first.
3rd and 1 from the Grandville 49. Just under 7 minutes to go. Power formation in. Snap. End around give, coming around the edge with speed is Connor Britnall. He's got the first down over the 45 and dives down to the 42-yard line. Moody on the stop and a first down. Shane Mover again as Hudsonville has brought out the motion. They've brought out a ton of different formations. A very creative offense for Coach Sandy's team, Chandler. 6.5 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, I've done a nice job mixing it up of going to the power run game and not going away from it because it's been working, but then knowing the right times to bring out the trick plays, keep the Bulldogs defense so that they can't just cheat the power run the entire time.
Back to the 2 wide receiver pistol. Snap to Baker. Give to Grotheist. Stopped up in the backfield. Tries to go ahead, but a trio of Bulldogs meet him in the hole. Back at the line of scrimmage. Avon Cott, Brett Becker in on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Right back to the Grandville 42-yard line. 6 minutes, 5 seconds and less to go in the first half. 7-all in this one. Grandville, Hudsonville, each with 1 possession and 1 score in the first quarter. Hudsonville's defense coming up with a stop on their own side of the field last time on the last Bulldogs possession. Now Hudsonville moving it down, trying to take the advantage in this one. Baker again works from the pistol, tight end and wing off the right side of the line. 4 down front from the Bulldogs. Look to the sideline now for a new message after the hard count. The tailback is the junior wearing number 45 in white, Bryce Fox. Receiver near side, Carson Dykstra. Far side is Cole Williams. Back into the pistol here. Now the back motions, offset right hip out of the pistol, and a timeout with some confusion called from the Hudsonville bench. 5.5 minutes to go, second quarter, 7-all. Hudsonville, a 2nd and 10 coming up. We will be right back.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
Welcome back to Grandville. Bryce Fox with the ball for Hudsonville, running up the middle over the 30-yard line. He's got the first down ahead to the 25. So a chain mover on 2nd and 10 and then some for Bryce Fox, who's right back in, Chandler, and right back to dominating down the field. 7-all, 5:17 and less to go, second quarter. Hudsonville again really not able to be stopped at all offensively right now. They've been grinding it right down the Bulldogs offensively with less difficulty than Grandville's explosive offense has been able to do on the other side of the ball, and they have a chance to take their first lead of the contest right here. Tight end, wing back to the right side. Out of the pistol is Baker. Pistol back remains Bryce Fox here from the Grandville 25-yard line. Snap to the junior, high, settled down, given on to Fox, up the middle. Garrett Naraki meets him in the hole, and they fly together ahead to the 23-yard line. Gain of 2 or 3 on first down. It'll be 2 officially. The mark at the 23-yard line. 2nd and 8 here for the Eagles. 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And the Eagles will break it out right here. 2 wide receivers set. Again, back to the pistol. Cash Tenhave, the junior, is the wing, just off the left side of the center right here. Long look at the line right here, getting things set for Baker. Snap to the junior, turning to give to Fox over left guard. He's engulfed right away, pushes the pile as far as the 21-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and medium, and one of the first times in this drive and in this game that Hudsonville has faced a 3rd and medium as they've been able to pretty efficiently move the ball.
Rojas off the outside, they're able to come in and play in the run game there, make a physical tackle on Fox and bring him down for a short gain. Now just outside the red zone, the Bulldogs have a chance on 3rd and longer for the Eagles to try to get off the field and try to come away with a stop.
It is 3rd and 6 from the Grandville 21-yard line. 7-all, Hudsonville driving. 3:35 and less to go. Clock ticking down. Second quarter. Griffin Baker, he's got the touchdown run for Hudsonville. He works out of the 2 wide receiver pistol one more time on 3rd and 6. Here's a snap and a turn. Give right up the middle to Fox. Big hole, burst of speed over the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Another chain mover for the driving and churning junior. Rojas and company tracking him down on the tackle. But again, a burst of speed and power through the line will move the chains for Hudsonville.
Yeah, Fox has been really impressive through the first quarter plus now. Over 100 yards for him on that run right there.
This will be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the Eagles, who break it out. Same formation right here. 2 wide receivers out of the pistol. The wing and the tight end, each to the right side of the line. Pistol back is Fox. Snap to Baker, give to Fox. Up the middle, lowers the head, down to the 5-yard line. Daniel Wiley on the tackle after a gain of 2 or 3. We'll see what the mark is. The mark will actually be the 6 on the knee down. So 2nd and goal from the 6. Clock ticking down, under 2:45 to go in the first half. This is just the second drive for Hudsonville. Grandville's only had 2 drives as well. Grinding playoff football to its purest sense right now, Chandler.
Yeah, both teams in no rush and both been able to move the ball pretty effectively, even though the Bulldogs' last drive stalled out. But the Eagles have been able to get themselves now right near the goal line once again.
Power look back in right here. Connor Brittenall is in off the left side of the lines. They've got 2 wing backs to the left. Snap to Baker. Power run left, whistles down, penalty marker down, and it looks like it's going to be another either illegal formation or false start on the Eagles that'll take this one back. That is exactly the case.
Exact same play call for the Eagles, too, that they had that false start illegal formation on last time. They go into that quarterback power to the left side. Something with the timing there and the motion a little bit off for the Eagles.
So false start will turn it into 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line. Clock stopped with 2:14 to go in the second quarter. 7-all, and a timeout is called on the field as Coach Stiegel wants to settle things down here with 2:14 to go in the second quarter in this one. 7-all ball game, of course, thanks to Centennial Securities, along with Farmers Insurance. They're presenting sponsorship of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Welcome back inside. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. I think a game that has gone a little bit to script with the grinding nature of things, what we thought each of these teams want to do. I think the fact that it's been Hudsonville's offense that has looked like the far more capable team of moving it down the field with efficiency is probably the biggest surprise, though.
Yeah, I think for all the struggles that have been talked about for the Eagles offense down the stretch run, they came out here ready to play tonight. Yes. 2 drives, able to move the ball efficiently both times, scored a touchdown on the first one, now threatening to do so here again.
And they've done so with a lot of different looks and a lot of different uses of various players on offense, but in particular, it's been one guy being used. It's Bryce Fox, who has absolutely jammed it down the Bulldogs' throat to the tune of 107 yards on 15 carries already in the first half for the terrific junior tailback for the Eagles. 2:14 to go. 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line for the Eagles. Tied at 7 late in the second quarter. They'll go to work out of the 2 wide receiver pistol right here. Bulldogs bring a 4 down front. Snap high to Baker on the leap. Sells it down up the middle. Fox cutting away from one man into the open field. 5 into the end zone. Touchdown Hudsonville. Bryce Fox is in for the Eagles, and Hudsonville takes a 13-7 advantage with 2:10 to go in the second.
Another between the tackles run for Fox. Made one little weave in the middle of the field. He was going left between the hash marks, drifts back to the right. Wide open field once again once he gets to that second level. Pretty easy touchdown run there for Fox from 11 yards out.
2:10 to go. Munoz look to add an extra point right here with 2:10 remaining. Snap down, a right leg through the ball for Munoz, and that's a tumbler through the uprights and good. Hudsonville with a 7-point advantage with 2:10 to go. The Eagles able to score on both of their drives, and right now their big stand from the defense is the difference in this game. We'll be right back here from Grandville.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is we are Royal.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better. Because it has to be.
Kroll Furnace is upgrading your comfort with the Daikin Fit system, featuring adaptive heating and cooling. Call us today to learn more about this innovative system. Kroll Furnace, keeping you comfortable for 4 generations.
Welcome back to Grandville. The Eagles able to strike again, this time Bryce Fox rumbling into the end zone. And Hudsonville, the 14-7 lead. 2:10 to go, second quarter. Grandville's offense will get one more chance at it right here. Miguel Rojas, the deep man. Munoz left to right across the radio dial. Strides ahead, a right leg through the ball. And a high twister going to the far side of the field is tracked down by Avon Cott at the 8-yard line. He'll twist over the 15, get shouldered down to the 17-yard line. And Grandville will have to start inside their own 20. Plus, they only have 2:05 to go, so the Bulldog offense going to have to work with some efficiency right here if they're going to try to tie the game before the half. And by the way, Hudsonville gets the ball to start the second half as well. So kind of a game-changing couple of drives right here, potentially.
Yeah, definitely. The Bulldogs going to have to try to string something together here pretty quickly. They've been able to move the ball. Both of their drives got across midfield, but that's been eating up a lot of clock. They've been going at a slow pace now. Definitely going to have to turn up the tempo just one time out
from their own 17-yard line. Haney stays into the right. Kopko in the middle. Terry to the left. Fake handoff and a give to Terry is faked. Cash Ruff will keep it around the left side of the line. Bounces outside the numbers of the 24. And tight rope walks out of bounds to the 25-yard line for a gain of 7 on first down for Cash Ruff. Pretty good work at it right there. 1:59 and less to go. 2nd and 3 for the Bulldogs late in the second quarter. They trail 14-7 to the Eagles. The Bulldogs working quickly. Back out of the 2 tight end T right here. Ruff under center. Faces a 4 down front with 2 standing edge rushers. Give to Jaden Terry. Stretch right. Gets a good block from Kopko. Takes it outside the numbers to the 30. Has the first down and dives ahead to the 35-yard line. Good run from Terry of about 10 yards right there. 1:51 to go. Grandville has 1 timeout remaining in this half. Mark is the 35-yard line. It's a fresh set of downs as Cash Ruff is quickly in from the sideline with the call. 1:45 and less to go. Clock running, second quarter. 14-7 Hudsonville. Bulldogs trying to move it out of the 2 tight end T right here. Hudsonville, 6 on the front line, 4 to follow. Give on the trap play to Kopko. Shut down right away for a gain of 2 at most. They'll give him 1 to the 36-yard line. Clock will roll under 90 seconds to go in the half right here, as the Bulldogs offense trying to quickly correct themselves for a 2nd and 9 play. And they'll quickly snap and get ready to break it out right here. Clap and get ready to break it out. 2 tight end T. Ruff under center on 2nd and 9. Turning to give to Jaden Terry. Getting away from Osteen in the backfield. Turn the corner and dives to the 39-yard line into a tackling pile. 3rd down and medium here for the Bulldogs. 1:02 and less to go in the first half. 14-7 they trail. They face a 3rd and 5 here. Bulldogs break it out. Right hash mark on 39-yard line. We tick under 50 seconds to go in the half. Hudsonville leading by a touchdown. Snap to Ruff. Give on the trap to Kopko, going nowhere again. Right back down to the line of scrimmage at the 39-yard line. That'll make it 4th down and 5. Ruff into the sideline, and Coach Stiegel looks like they may just work on taking one final shot down the field right here from their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, a bit surprised. Thought maybe the Eagles would even take a timeout here, try to force the punt potentially, because I don't think Bulldogs going to go for it here. It looks like going to run the clock down, maybe take their last timeout.
That does appear to be what they're going to do. We tick under 15 seconds now to go. Cash Ruff having a long discussion with Coach Stiegel right here. They both on the sideline. Stiegel and Ruff, that is, look to the sideline, and they'll call in the timeout with 1 second on the clock. We'll stay with you through the timeout right here. 14-7, the Hudsonville lead, and the Eagles' defense, obviously, Chandler, for Grandville, it was going to be tricky on that drive with the time remaining to try to get their way down the field. But the Hudsonville defense looking like they're in good position to make a stop before the half and put their offense in a position to make it a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really kind of an interesting sequence there. It looked like after a couple carries, got some chunk yardage, might be able to try to go down the field, and fullback trap shut down a couple times, and pretty much settling there at that point to try to run the clock out. So now officially 1 second put back on the clock. So I'm speculating here, probably just going to snap the ball and take a knee, or you can run a play, but don't have to punt the football away. Just try to avoid this change of possession here.
And we'll see what Coach Steele comes up with. They'll have the full offense out. Braylon Haney, Carson Kopko, Jaden Terry the backs, and then Medeus and Naraki at tight end. Grandville throwing 39-yard line. 1 second remaining on the second half clock. And they will work out of the 2 tight end T right here, and they put Naraki out into the left slot. And after Hudsonville saw that formation, now Coach Sandy will use a timeout right here, as they will get a chance to see that and talk about it a little bit. That's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen Grandville go to that formation where they stack both tight ends to one side of the field, but they stand Naraki up in the slot as a wide receiver. They've gone to it mostly as a running look so far on pitch plays. Been somewhat ineffective and somewhat sniffed out, though, by this Hudsonville defense, who, I mean, really has risen to the occasion defensively more than almost any team has, including the Rockford game this season for the Bulldogs so far that they've seen.
Yeah, I think a lot has been made about the Eagles' offense, but all season long, this Hudsonville defense has been pretty good. They played early on, really were shutting teams down. Of course, when you play teams like Rockford and Caledonia, your number's going to get inflated a little bit, but so far tonight, they've played really well.
Absolutely. Grandville, as both teams break out of the timeout, will go to work from their own 39-yard line. 1 second on the second quarter clock. 14-7 Hudsonville, same formation for the Bulldogs, far side of the field. It's a trap play, give to Kopko, shut down at the line of scrimmage with nowhere to go by Isaac Vanderveen, and that'll take us to the half. So, as we go to the half and as the skies absolutely give way right as both teams start to run off to the half and the rain starts to fall down, all the umbrellas come out in front of us here at Bulldog Stadium. We go to the break, and we go to our Farmers Insurance Halftime Show, Chandler, and there's a lot of places to go with this one, but I think we certainly knew that this Hudsonville team has a unique ability. If they could power run the football and their defense could line up the way that we know their defense could line up, they could turn a Grandville script type of game with both teams grinding the football into something that works for them. They're able to get one full stop. Obviously, they got this stop right before the half as well. Hudsonville's offense very efficiently moving the ball down the field. Both times they've had it really without much drama or much difficulty in terms of third down conversions they've had to make. It's a 14-7 game for Hudsonville, with the Eagles have to be feeling much more comfortable than the Bulldogs in what's a tight back and forth game.
Yeah, definitely. That each team's only had a couple possessions offensively. The Eagles have scored on both of theirs. Bulldogs got a turnover on downs the first time and then a short possession. So it's been not a lot of opportunities for each team, but the Eagles have made the most of their chances, scoring on offense, getting the stop that they needed on defense to give themselves a lead going into the half.
And I'm sure we'll be able to talk about it much more going ahead, but when you look at this second half coming up, this first drive for Hudsonville coming out of the break and what Grandville's defense may or may not be able to do out of the break feels like a real game-changing moment. If Hudsonville does go up 2 scores, it feels like in the kind of grinding game that we're looking at where Grandville hasn't gotten the chunk plays offensively that we've been used to seeing them get this year as an offense that's scoring nearly 40 points per game. It feels like they'll put themselves in a rough position.
Which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
And welcome back, everyone, to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here, and we do welcome you inside to the Centennial Securities Halftime Show. Sorry for the quick loss of connection, but we're all back and ready to go. Had a quick connectivity thing that we have corrected, CT, and we got a pretty quick scoring recap that we can go through this week, and then you can kind of take us through some of the standout statistics, which mostly are going to feature 2 guys that you're going to hear about From the first half of play, Grandville scored first. Jaden Terry from 21 yards out. They added the extra point, 7-0. And then the next two scores each come from Hudsonville with 42 seconds to go in the first half. Baker found the end zone from 2 yards out. Extra point from Munoz, good. And then Fox with 2:10 to go in the second quarter found the end zone from 11 yards out. Extra point, good. Grinding game, and the stats reflect that, CT.
Yeah, we'll start with the Bulldogs. All the yardage coming on the ground, no completed passes. Terry led the way, 15 carries, 101 yards. Kopko with 4 carries for 4 yards. Haney had 5 carries for 15 yards. Moody had 1 carry for 1 yard, and Cash Ruff had a carry for 7 yards. On the Eagles side of things, they did have a completed pass. It was a trick play. Van Lake with a 17-yard completion to the quarterback, Baker. On the ground, the 100-yard rusher and the leading rusher of the game. For the Eagles, Fox with 118 yards on 16 carries.
Wow.
Baker had a carry for 2 yards. Van Lake carry for 5. Brittenall 1 for 7, and Grotheis had a carry that went for no gain.
Yeah, I mean, that sets up exactly what this game was. I mean, to say grinding and now, I mean, one more element. As I said right as we went to break, the skies have just opened up right now. I don't know if anyone heard that as we went to break and the signal went on around them. But skies have opened up and then some right now. It's going to change the math on this game. If it was already grinding and sloppy enough, we can only expect that may somehow increase in the second half, which I think Hudsonville, with the ball and with the lead, has to love to hear that.
Yeah, I think so. The way that they played this first half and the way that they've set themselves up, that now kind of plays into their hand. Normally, Grandville's the team that's thinking that, and the roles have kind of been reversed a little bit. So the way the night started out, the conditions pretty good, the weather good, the field not wet, and the ball not wet. It was a little more open to throwing the football around and some trick plays and things. But now the rain coming down even harder now as we speak. It's going to be a little bit messy in the second half.
I mean, while we've been talking, I mean, it's coming down the way it was coming down 2-3. It's rained every week the entire month of October, by the way. But it's coming down more than it even did like the Hudsonville or the Rockford game a couple weeks ago. It is really raining that sort of way right now at Bulldog Stadium. So that is one more talking point for this second half. A lot more to get to here on the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio.
Do you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the shop merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINR.
MGN, here's the driver. I am Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan Game Night, Tailgate Report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do, at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30 we're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Looking to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt. Your flight's at 5 or your...
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight, so.
That sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no, if I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
All right, welcome back to Grandville, and thank you for tuning in during the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. Ready to go, the second half. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Third quarter is just about on deck, CT, and we've kind of alluded to it a couple times. This third quarter is going to feature maybe the drive of the game to open things up. Hudsonville with a 7-point lead. They get the football right here. And the adjustments that either teams were able to make in the break, which both these coaching staffs are known for switching things up to a fair amount at the break, is going to potentially determine what is now a rainy second half and see whose season continues here at Bulldog Stadium.
Yeah, we'll be able to see what the Bulldogs try to do. It's been a lot of the power run game, mostly Fox on the ground, that's been doing a lot of damage. We'll see what the Bulldogs do to try to counter that. if they try to really stack the box, they need some better play from linebackers and some of their secondary, the tackling. There's been a lot of open field for Fox to run through once he breaks through the line of scrimmage. We'll see what they're able to do to try to slow that down. The Eagles have been able to keep it pretty simple on the offensive end. They've ran a lot of that run with Fox, a couple power quarterback runs with Baker as well, but a couple trick plays in there too that have kept just enough, kept the Bulldogs off balance. But both these teams now, after halftime, an opportunity to try to come up with some adjustments and see what they have.
The third quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan Hearing Experts. Their doctors of audiology use real ear measurements to optimize your hearing aid performance so you don't miss a play. Right to left across your radio or computer or phone or whatever dial. It'll be Grandville in the home maroon uniforms. White bottoms, helmets in maroon to the block, white G, sending it away with Jake Karanen. Hudsonville backs Ricky Browley down to his 8-yard line. They're in their traveling whites, top and bottom helmets in yellow, and we are ready to rock and roll the second half. 12 fresh minutes up on the board. Karen in the ball on the tee, and we are underway. Right leg through the ball. It's an onside kick. High bouncer is taken by Hudsonville at their own 48-yard line. It took an awkward hop on its way, but the hands team was able to corral that football on the high leap. That was Taven Weber, the senior safety, in on the hands team, and he was able to corral what was an odd bouncer, and Grandville trying to steal possession away, instead give midfield starting position to the Eagles.
Yeah, really, the bounce exactly what the Bulldogs wanted. Gave him a chance to try to lay a hit and then grab the football, but Weber just very aggressively able to go up and get that jump ball and hold on to it.
Eagles will break it out of the pistol. This is a give to Fox up the middle. He's stymied at the line of scrimmage, able to slither his way back to the line of scrimmage where Haney and company stand over top of him. It'll be 2nd and 10. Grandville defense able to meet him in the backfield on the first carry of the second half for the Eagles.
Much better to open up the second half. Defense getting a stop of just a yard there on the run game from Fox, able to wrap up the legs and bring him down.
That was touch number 17 for Fox in this game. Tight end and wing back go to the left right here out of the pistol. Baker turns, pitch left side to Fox. He's got it outside the numbers to the 50 and lowers his head out of bounds to the 47-yard line where Kubzak chased him out. It'll be 3rd down and medium right here for the Eagles. Grandville brings a couple new defensive backs. Rojas caught on the field right here as Newville and Sanchez leave. And on 3rd and 5, Grandville's defense has a chance to maybe stand up right here, although potentially 4-down territory for the Eagles offense. We'll see. 14-7 Hudsonville. 40 seconds gone in the second half. They work back out of a 2-wide receiver pistol. Baker, the junior, leaning in against a 4-down front. Give to Fox up the middle, stumbling over the 45. Turns his back, got the first. No, he doesn't. The mark is going to be right around it, I think. I thought he got it on the spin. The chain gain is waiting. I think it's going to be 4th and inches. Nope, now they will move the chains. They brought the 4 out. They moved. It looked like they weren't going to move the chains. Now in a late signal, they do so. So right on the marker, what they needed, the 42-yard line, Bryce Fox able to move the chains on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, the official on the near side looked like he had given him the first down. It was the official on the far side near the chains that had marked him like maybe just a yard short. The ball, of course, right in the dead center of the field, so they kind of meet in the middle, and that spot going to give them the exact yard they needed.
Dykstra, Williams, Paul out there. 3 wide receiver set, short shotgun formation. Fox off the right hip of Baker here. 4 down front for the Bulldogs. Give to Fox, faked. Read option keeper up the middle. Baker swarmed a yard past the line of scrimmage to the 41-yard line. Absolutely nowhere to go as Becker and Senkowski met him in the hole. 2nd and 9 from the Bulldog 41-yard line. Grandville winning on first down this drive, but Hudsonville still has been able to move the chains.
Almost perfectly defended on the read option right there. Taking away the option in Fox that they've been going to quite a bit. Multiple defenders wrapping him up, forcing Baker to keep it, but then also having that next wave of defenders right there to wrap him up, so he only picked up a yard as well.
2 minutes gone in the third quarter. 10:05 and less to go. Clock running down. 14-7 Hudsonville. They will go to work 2nd and 9 from the Grandville 41-yard line. Taking their time. Power pistol formation, wing off the left hip, tailback behind Baker. They were really taking their time to get that play out of there, and they're forced to call a timeout, and will do so. So first timeout of the half called by the Eagles with 9:49 to go in the third quarter. They lead at 14-7. We'll be right back here to Bulldog Stadium.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Welcome back to Grandville. Give up the middle to Bryce Fox, breaking one tackle, spinning past the 35, burst of speed over the 30, and corralled down to the 25-yard line by Josh Crater. And that'll move the chains again for Fox and the Eagles. Driving rushing attack again. The junior doing it all for Hudsonville offensively right now.
Right between the tackles once again, and after the Bulldogs, good stop on first down. Another big run from Fox on second down. Undoes all the work that they did on first down.
From the Grandville 25-yard line, 1st and 10, 9.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Hudsonville by a touchdown. They put Dykstra in motion, now send him back to the right side. Snap out of the pistol, give to Fox. Big burst of speed over the 20. Broke a tackle, angles left and dives down to the 15-yard line, and he'll move the chains on the numbers. Another 10-yard rush for Fox. Another chain mover, and Hudsonville very close to a 2-score lead. They have still not been stopped in this game and really haven't had much difficulty moving down the field on any of their drives either.
Yeah, it continues to be right between the tackles now, right between the center and guard. Just a lot of steam from Fox as he gets momentum going towards the line of scrimmage, and then the Bulldogs have been unable to jump into those gaps.
Back out of the pistol, 2 receivers right, in motion right to left goes Williams. They'll give to Fox up the middle again, twisting away from Becker and churning the legs for a gain of 4 on first down. I mean, Fox met in the hole, but able to churn it ahead for a good gain on first down to the 11-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Eagles. 8.5 to go, third quarter. 14-7, the Hudsonville lead. And they continue to move it down the field. Griffin Baker, junior quarterback, with a touchdown run already in this one. The other TD run going to Fox, who's been carrying the mail now with 21 carries in this ball game already. They go back to work, wing back and tight end in, out of the pistol. Turning to give to the pistol back. Fox twisting away from one man and got as far as the 9-yard line as he turned his back and then got shut down by the junior Isaiah Lauka on the stop. 3rd down and 6 coming up for Hudsonville, just inside the Grandville 10-yard line. Actually, sorry, make it 3rd and 4 from the 9-yard line will be the call.
It's not easy to bring Fox down there, even though they had him wrapped up again at the line of scrimmage. He keeps those feet moving, spins through contact, fights forward, gets a couple yards. 3rd and medium now. The Eagles more than likely a couple chances to try to pick this one up down inside the red zone.
We tick under 7:40 to go, third quarter. Hudsonville marching with a 14-7 lead. 3rd and 4 from the Grandville 9-yard line. They go power unit. They shift everyone across from left to right. Now have power right out of the gun. Quarterback power keeper. Baker over the 5, spinning, standing up into the end zone. Touchdown Hudsonville. The Eagles lead by 2 scores.
Bulldogs a little bit confused and caught off guard maybe by some of the motion before the snap there. Eagles load up the left side of the line, look like they're going power that way right before the snap. Move a couple big bodies from the left side to the right side and then run the quarterback power right behind it. The Bulldogs defense a little late to react and adjust to that. Open lane for Baker to get a touchdown.
Munoz looking for the 14-point advantage here. High snap, sell down. Karsten on the hold, right leg through the football. And he got it. Munoz able to add the extra point, make it 21-7. Hudsonville, a 2-score lead over the Bulldogs with 7:21 to go in the third. We will be right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just...
Welcome back. Miguel Rojas, outside the numbers, has a seam over the 25 and pushes the pile ahead to the 30-yard line on a pretty good return. Grandville will have to go 70 yards right here. 7:14 to go. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. It's the start of the MGN Road to Ford Field CT, and it's been a little bit of an unexpected start in this one as Hudsonville, the lower seed coming in on the road, have really physically controlled this football game so far through nearly 3 quarters.
Yeah, they've done a tremendous job, mostly on the offensive end, but the defense has stepped up too. Got to stop early on, and has helped contribute to their lead.
Out of the 2 tight end tee, this is a give to Sadinsky, who's in. Big hole up the middle. Sadinsky angling right at the 50. He's got breakaway speed to the 30, 20-yard line, 15, 10, 5. Welcome back, Easton Sadinsky. Touchdown, Grandville. 70 yards to the junior. Unbelievable. Out since the middle point of the season, and what a way to welcome number 6 in maroon back. He streaks 70 yards to the house. Touchdown, Grandville.
Well, the Bulldogs desperately needed Sadinsky. He's out there making a play. First snap of the night, gets the carry, breaks it wide open down the middle of the field, able to weave and then outrun the last level of defense back there. Bulldogs were in desperate need of a big play, and boy, did they get one right there.
He had 3 touchdowns, 2 of which were over 70 yards last time these 2 teams played. Grandville down 21-13 are going to go for 2 right here. The Bulldogs turn. Fake give, rough keeper, turning it upfield, lowering the head into the end zone. 2-point conversion, good. And Grandville, the quick answer. They trail by 6, 21-15 with 7:02 to go. A big answer from the Bulldogs tee, and we will be right back.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is... We are Royal.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
Kroll Furnace is upgrading your comfort with the Daikin Fit system, featuring adaptive heating and cooling. Call us today to learn more about this innovative system. Kroll Furnace, keeping you comfortable for 4 generations.
All right, what an answer from Grandville. 70 yards. Easton Sadinsky. Jake Karanen puts a high pooch kick away that Paul takes in at the 26-yard line. He'll drag it over the 30 to the 32 and then even push a pile as far as the 35-yard line. And here comes the Hudsonville offense. So Chandler, the Grandville defense with the exact kind of answer they needed to quickly put points on the board, even make up some ground, making it 21-15. Bulldog defense has gotten pushed around so far. No other way to put it. They're going to have to find an answer here.
Yeah, sure are. Right away, too. I mean, they'll take on the offensive end a quick scoring drive. And a night what's been a lot of 5- and 6-minute scoring drives, the quick play there helps. But on the downside, your defense is now right back on the field after a long possession, trying to find an answer.
7 minutes to go. Baker back out of the pistol. Williams goes in motion right to left across the line, turning a give up the middle to Fox, and he gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage and falls ahead for a gain of 3 to the 39 or 4 yards to the 39-yard line on the first down carry. 2nd and 6 ahead to the Bulldog 39-yard line. 6:40 and less to go. And a game that's kind of reverse of what normal Grandville second halves have looked like. It's Hudsonville trying to grind the clock, pound the football, keep the lead, and Grandville looking for quick answers. Hudsonville back to the line. 6.5 to go third quarter. They work from the Grandville 39-yard line. Baker out of the pistol. Pitch left side to Fox. He'll take it outside the numbers with a burst of speed. Sent out of bounds by Crater and company. I think just shy of the first down marker. We'll see what the exact mark is going to be. He is. It'll be about a 3rd and 2 right here for the Eagles, maybe even a 3rd and 1. They'll be 1 yard short. So Hudsonville will try to get a conversion, which they've been able to do pretty easily all day long on 3rd down. It's 3rd and 1 from the from the Hudsonville 44-yard line. Eagles lead at 21-15 with 6:19 to go. Clock stopped momentarily here in the 3rd quarter. Grandville crowd starting to get amped up, especially in the student section. Hudsonville runs up to the line. They go power pistol set right here. Bulldogs bring a 4 down front, show some pressure up the middle. Onto Fox, has the first down, shifting by the first wave of tacklers. 2 hands on the ball, charges over the 50, takes it outside the numbers to the 44-yard line with a powerful run past Becker and company. First down and then some inside the Grandville 45-yard line. They simply do not have an answer for Bryce Fox in the power run game right now for the Eagles.
Yeah, the Bulldogs all night long have been giving up some chunk plays on the ground to Fox, and right there again, right through the middle of the field, middle of the defense, unable to get any hands on him and bring him down to 3rd down conversion on 3rd and short.
1st and 10 from the Bulldog 44-yard line. Back to the 2 wide pistol set. Dykstra in motion, give up the middle to Fox, stymied in the backfield, nowhere to go. Naraki and Becker and Wiley standing over top of him at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10, and this remains something that we've seen is Grandville winning on first down the rest of the drive, not able to do so. By the way, 28, Jaden Terry is in right now at defensive back for the Bulldogs. So we'll see what sort of look they try to pull out of things right here as Grandville maybe starting to sell out. When you look at the guys they have out there, selling out for the run a little bit more right now with the defensive unit. 2nd and 10, Grandville 44-yard line. 5:19 to go, 3rd quarter. Eagles lead by 6. From the pistol, snap to Baker, give to Fox over left guard. Daniel Wiley meets him at the line of scrimmage. Fox falls ahead for 1 yard, 3rd down and 9. Grandville's best chance to try to get off the field all game long right here as they've met Fox at the line of scrimmage, back-to-back plays. 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Able to get off a block there at the 2nd level. The defensive line, too, able to get some movement, allow those linebackers to come up and try to fill the gap. Back-to-back plays now, stopping Fox for a short gain. 3rd and long situation. This is where the Eagles have been able to change the tide a little bit and convert on these.
Fox is going to go to the sideline here for 3rd and 9 as they're going to maybe spread the field a little bit. 4:37 and less to go. They're taking their time. 10 Have right now. The H-back is the tailback to the left hip. 3 wide set. In motion goes Paul. Hudsonville forced to burn their 2nd time out of the half right here off some miscommunication and a long call in from the sideline. We'll see what sort of impact that might have as we get closer to the end of the game. The Family Fare tailgate special this week is 80% lean ground beef. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Go to shopfamilyfare.com for all of the specials. Remember, Farmers Insurance and Centennial Securities are presenting sponsors at Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. They present a couple of our post-game awards along the Rainbow Grill and Car Center. We'll be getting to all of those at the end of the contest from this playoff battle in Division I. It's the start of the MGN Road to Ford Field, breaking out some new graphics this evening on MGN. 4.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 21-15 Hudsonville. 3rd and 9 right here out of the timeout, Chandler. Hudsonville now already 2 timeouts gone in this second half, but a time where they certainly need to take one in a big moment. I see the halftime score, by the way, Caledonia 56, Portage Northern 16. So the OK Red certainly showing out across the area, and this one is quite the contest as well, as Hudsonville will break it out. We'll see what sort of unit they go with. They, again, are going to keep Fox on the sideline. They bring Bo Grotehuis in right here. Ball on the left hash mark. 3 receivers to the right side. Shotgun formation. 3rd and 9 from the Grandville 43-yard line. Paul goes in motion right to left. Grandville brings a 4 down front. Now Grotehuis motions out left slot. Snap to Baker. Drop to pass. Pressure coming. He'll tuck and run. Got the 40. Leveled and shut down to the 39-yard line by a trio of Bulldogs. It's 4th down. Interesting play call, and now an interesting decision time for the Eagles. I think, and they will, be leaving the offense out there on a 4th and 4. They're going to bring Fox. They're going to bring 10 Have. They're going to bring the power unit back on right here.
Yeah, the pickup there from Baker after the drop back, able to just make something happen with his legs there, but picked up enough yardage to make this now a 4th and short. They can bring Fox back onto the field and potentially run the football.
4th and 4 from the Grandville 39. 3:50 to go, third quarter. Snap, pitch, left side. Fox at the 40, spinning ahead, shut down, 35-yard line. He's short by a yard. Grandville's defense makes the stop, and they get off the field down 6. 3:38 to go, and the Bulldogs offense can take the lead back. The linebacking core meet them, they make the stop, and Grandville's offense, off the biggest drive of the year from their D, have a chance to flip the script.
Last couple minutes here have been huge for the Bulldogs. The big play on offense gets them back within a score. The defense then responds. A stop on 4th down, playing the run much better on that series, able to shut down Fox and Baker for a couple short gains, and then getting off the field on 4th down.
Grandville from their own 35-yard line. 3:38 to go in the third quarter. Give left side to Sidinski. Got a nice block, takes it outside the numbers to the 40, and gets ridden out of bounds to the 42, 43-yard line. Grandville's sideline wants a late hit on Ethan Carter, who tracked him out. They won't get it, but a good gain of about 7 yards. Easton Sidinski has been the game changer since he's come into this one. He's been the Eagle killer so far this year. 3 touchdowns in the first contest. His first touch in like 5 weeks went for 70 yards, and then that one he's able to drag for 7.
Yeah, picking up right where he left off. And you can tell maybe not quite the same burst and speed that he normally has, but plenty enough for the Bulldogs right now. A couple big plays for him.
Dogs go up-tempo from their own 42. Jaden Terry following blockers over the 45. Got the first down. Takes a couple of defenders with him to the 50 to move the chains, and then some, as he was dragging on Zeiderveen and Carter to move the chains. Good run by Jaden Terry right to midfield. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. 21-15 Hudsonville, but the Bulldogs are driving after their defense got their first stop of this ball game. Cash Ruff in from the sideline of the call here. Of course, and you think how big that 2-point conversion as well, the way that's kind of offset the scoring in this ball game. Right in the middle of the field on the block, G at center field at Bulldog Stadium for the Dogs. Turning to give, Sidinski up the middle, sidesteps a couple of defenders, 2 hands on the ball, and runs into Nauber at the 45-yard line. Gain of an even 5 yards on first down from Easton Sidinski, who has gotten 3 of the 4 touches since he's come back into play for the Bulldogs. Again, he's been out essentially since the last time these teams saw each other. He got hurt during the West Ottawa game, has not seen action since. Was finally able to start getting healthy this week, tested out a little bit. Mid-game has come in and has been leading the Grandville offense. He is out there along with Terry and Kopko in the backfield. 2nd and 5 from the Hudsonville 45-yard line. Give to Jaden Terry over right guard. Broke a tackle, stays on his feet, racing past the 35, and gets jumped on from behind by Zeiderveen to make a stop at the 30, but Terry moves the chains. Zeiderveen was the last man before Terry was about to break one of the house, but Grandville has got it down to the Hudsonville 35 and inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
We've seen a lot of Jaden Terry bouncing it to the outside and try to stretch those runs out. That time able to cut it up more into the middle of the field.
2:10 to go, third quarter. Bulldogs in between the hashes from the 33 will be the official mark. Ruff, turn, gives. Sidinski up the middle, 2 hands on the ball, gets taken out from his knees inside the 30 and dives ahead to the 28-yard line. Nauber and company over top of him on the stop. They'll give him 4 yards on the dive ahead to the 29-yard line. 1:45 and less to go in the third quarter. 21-15. Grandville driving and looking for their first lead since 7-0 in this contest. 2 tight end T on 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Under 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Give to Sidinski right up the middle. Gets leveled with a hard hit from Nauber, clearing him out from safety after a gain of a yard or 2. It'll be 3rd down and medium right here for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 3, the official mark.
Sidinski, both hands on the football as he was trying to just navigate his way through the middle of the field between the hashes. Ended up taking a hit there right in the middle of the field. The Eagles able to come up and stop him in his tracks, but still a couple yards there from Sidinski.
1 minute, 5 seconds to go, third quarter. 3rd and 3 for Grandville from the Hudsonville 26-yard line. Eagles lead by 6. Give to Terry over right guard. Broke the first wave of tackles. Turns his back. Shut down shy of the first down marker right at the 25-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and 2 for Grandville, as they are going to have to find a couple of yards if they will be able to move the chains. Braylon Haney will come in for the Dogs here as Easton Stadinsky, who's limping a bit on his way off the field, will return to the Bulldogs sideline. Under 35 seconds to go from the Hudsonville 25-yard line. It'll be 4th and 1, the official mark. 4th and 1, 21-15 Hudsonville. 2 tight end T for the Bulldogs. Medeiros, Naraki the tight ends. Turn, give to Haney, up the middle, jiving ahead, got the first down by a couple of yards in the pile. 14 in maroon, moves the chains as he always seems to be able to do. 16 seconds and less. Grandville's going to let the clock run down. End the third quarter. 21-15 Hudsonville, but the Bulldogs driving and looking for their first second half lead. We'll be right back for the final 12 minutes of someone's season, unless we have overtime, here from Grandville. Do not go anywhere.
Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, pre-district battle in Division I. Grandville, Hudsonville, the Eagles with a 21-15 advantage, but Grandville's got it 1st and 10 to start from the Hudsonville 21-yard lines. We begin the final 12 minutes of play. CT, 2 tight end T for the Bulldogs. Easton Stadinsky remains on the sideline. Haney stays in. Hudsonville brings the 4 down front, 2 standing edge rushers. Turn and a give to Terry at the 20. Burst of speed at the 10, at the 5. 1 man to beat. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden Terry. Tie game, 21-all. An XP from the lead for the Bulldogs. 11:54 to go in the contest.
Jaden Terry, another touchdown run, 21 yards. Had a 21-yarder early in the game. There again, a nice, fantastic kick-out block from Kopko, leading the way there, able to get the corner, pin him to the outside. Jaden Terry able to cut that one up to the middle of the field. The Bulldogs take the lead. They're looking to take the lead.
All right, Newville to hold, and Karen, the sophomore, to give Grandville their first lead of the second half. Snap down, right leg through the football, right down the hatch, and good. Grandville on top, 22-21. We'll be right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets, better because it has to be.
All right, welcome back. Grandville, their first lead of the second half. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. 11:54 to go in the ball game. Jake Karen, after adding the now game-leading extra point, has got the ball on the tee, and the Dogs get ready to send away. Ricky Browley, the deep man, to the far side of the field, backs inside his own 5-yard line. Grandville will break out of the circle around Karanen, who will get ready to send it away. Bulldogs did try an onside kick a few possessions ago. They've pooch kicked it as well. Karanen, right leg through the ball. This is a low twister right up the middle of the field, shading to the outside towards the sideline, bounces into the end zone. Really nice kick from Karanen right there with a bit of wind at his back. Hudsonville starts at their own 20-yard line. 11:54 in the fourth. Grandville's defense, Chandler, got their first stop of the game last time, and in particular they did it because they were able to stop the power run game for the first time all game long.
Yeah, made some substitutions on the defensive side, able to really crash the run game from the outside at the corner and linebacker position, get at the legs of Fox right at the line of scrimmage, and able to shut them down for short gains and give themselves much better situations to work with on second and third, even fourth down.
All right, Baker goes to work from a short shotgun formation. Tenhave, the power back off his right hip. 2 tight end, power set right here. End around, give is faked, read option keeper up the middle to Baker with a couple of Bulldogs pulling on him. Charges over the 25 to the 27-yard line for a good gain of about 7 on first down right there for Baker as they kind of telegraphed that with a little bit different look. 2 tight ends, power back alongside him. They put the man in motion, they fake it, and they run it. The mark is the 27-yard line, so it is 2nd and 3 right here. And it's the same look. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, power back, and Baker. Baker going to the hard count. Grandville bringing 4 down front and showing some pressure right now with Lauka as a standing edge rusher off the near side of the field. Hudsonville driving right to left. 11:15 to go in the ballgame. High snap. Baker, quarterback, power run right side. Jackson meets him in the hole, but Baker able to lay out and just get enough to move the chains ahead to the 30-yard line. Grandville able to make a little bit of an adjustment, but a little too late after the gain of 7 on first down. Will move it right what they needed to the 30.
Looking like the Eagles might be going to more of the quarterback power run game after the Bulldogs had shown the ability to slow down Fox when they were just handing up straight up the middle. Baker had only had 4 carries coming into this drive. 2 of those had gone for touchdowns near the goal line, but now getting him involved here further down the field.
Again, 2 tight ends, 1 off either side of the line. Power back, Tenhave to the right hip. In motion, left to right goes Dykstra. They fake it to him. Option keeper. Baker able to make Senkowski miss and gets leveled by a trio of Bulldogs after a gain of 4 to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Eagles here. 10.5 to go. Clock running down fourth quarter. Of course, it's 2 parts. They need score, and they need to score. They need points on the board, and they need time off the board. And they're trying to do both with this style of run game right now.
Yeah, so far been able to work down and convert on 1 first down. Looking to do so right there. Gain of 4 yards on first down. Just looking to work their way down the field.
2nd and 6, they go back to the pistol, and they go 3 wide receiver set. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. Give to Fox up the middle. Kubzak meets him in the backfield. He twisted away from Kubzak, angles right, gets met at the 35-yard line by Haney, and drags him along for another yard or so ahead to the 36-yard line. It'll make it 3rd and 3 for Hudsonville. 9:52 and less to go. On their own side of the field, the Bulldogs, a chance here to maybe get the 3rd down stop and maybe get off the field one more time, this time with a 22-21 lead. 9:40 to go. Clock running on down, fourth quarter. Bulldogs by a point. It's another classic in this border war. This time it's version 2 of the game. Hudsonville, some substitutions. They got to go faster, otherwise they're going to have to burn their final timeout of the half. They're trying to bring Van Lake, the sophomore, on the field to maybe set up a trick play right here. They're still taking their time to get it set up. Van Lake going out into the slot. So a couple of quarterbacks out. There's a quarterback power keeper. Whistles down, a timeout called by Hudsonville. The Eagles have burned all of their timeouts with 9 minutes to go. Their coach's box right to our side, Chandler, was on fire that whole time trying to get that play call brought in. They were trying to throw Grandville off a little bit by going to that kind of trick formation with a pair of quarterbacks out there. Unable to get the play off, though, before the play clock ran down. And the Eagles forced to burn their final timeout of the half. We'll stay with you through this break here. Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, both long-time presenting sponsors of Game Night and MichiganGameNight.com. Again, Road to Ford Field starts tonight, the new graphics package that we're breaking out. Road to Ford Field themed. You can see a couple different road signs that maybe you can see around the state of Michigan at the top as well. Theming in that as well. That's one of those where I went crazy during the week and was just texting Chandler updates like, I got to change this too, right? And then this and then this. So we got all that updated. All right, enough with the fun. 3rd and 4. Hudsonville from their own 37-yard line. They trail by 1 with 9:17 to go. They go 3 wide set from the shotgun. In motion goes Van Lake. He's out there. Throw back to Van Lake. He will take it. Spinning ahead over the 40. Has the first down to the 42-yard line into the Bulldog tackling pile. Newville on the stop, but it was the spin from the sophomore backup quarterback that helped get just enough to move the chains. Good awareness right there where he is on the field as well to know he had to fight for those couple more yards. He moves the chains to the 42.
Yeah, just throwing the ball to open space and Van Lake out in the flat and then letting him do the rest, able to turn it upfield. Would have been very close, as you said, to the first down marker if he had not spun through that last tackle and fall forward.
They're back to the single tight end, single wing back right, pistol formation with 2 running backs. 4 down front for the Bulldogs, showing a little bit of pressure with 1 high safety only right here. High snap, pitch right side to Fox. Has a hole, cutting it over the 50, or over the 45, staying on his feet to the 50 and tumbles down to the 49-yard line for a gain of 9 on first down. Good tumbling run again from the junior, Braylon Haney, the Bulldogs sophomore on the stop. 2nd and 1. And again, this just remains the most successful look that this offense has, and I don't think we'll see them go away from it too many more times down the stretch.
No, not at all. Again, run on first down for 9 yards, over 30 carries now for Fox, 196 yards, very close to the 200-yard mark.
Fox again in as the pistol back here. 8:05 to go, fourth quarter. Fox up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, pushing ahead, and he will, on the forward progress, just get enough to get the 48-yard line. And no, he will not get the 48-yard line. No, he will now. They will move the chains. The chain gain had put in place the 3rd down marker, and then the late motion came in to move the chains. So right on the marker to the 48-yard line, Hudsonville moves the chains into Grandville territory from that 48. Same look. Tight end, wing back, left side this time. Ball on the right hash mark. 2 receivers out of the pistol. Baker, here's the snap. Give to Fox up the middle. Lowers the head into the tackling pile and dives ahead to the 46-yard line for a gain of 2 on first down. 2nd and 8 on its way here. Senkowski on the top and on the stop. Anton Senkowski, the senior. One of the guys Coach Stiegel talked about in Coach's Corner that has had to step into a much bigger role with some of the injuries in this middle linebacker position, and has met the challenge in several occasions in this one. 2nd and 8 for Hudsonville from the Grandville 46-yard line. 7 minutes to go, 22-21 Grandville. 2 wide receiver pistol formation. Baker, here's the snap, turning a give to Fox, right up the middle, into the pile, pushes it down to the 41. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Eagles again, as they've been willing to grind it right on ahead. Becker and Haney in on the stop for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 3 is the mark from the Bulldog 41-yard line. 22-21 Grandville. We tick under 6:40 to go. Hudsonville moving the ball and moving the clock.
Fox officially over 200 yards with that run, but if he hadn't been running physically before, now turning it up even an extra notch into a pile of Bulldogs there, just lowering the shoulder, knowing he's going to get some movement.
Baker from the pistol on 3rd and 3. Turn, give, right up the middle. Fox met at the line of scrimmage, spins his way ahead. The mark will be critical. I think he is going to be maybe half a yard short, and it will be 4th down. Senkowski on the stop. He is going to be just short. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, tried to grind it on ahead, and we're going to have an official timeout, and I think we're going to have a measurement right here to figure out if he was able to get just enough. It's right around the marker, incredibly close. Although I think based on where this ball's been put down, it will probably be a chain mover. It's tough to say.
Yeah, it's right there. The run finished right in a pile of defenders. Tough to see exactly where he went down. This mark going to be crucial.
Here is the measurement. He is about half a ball short. So he is just short on the measurement. It'll be 4th down in inches for the Hudsonville offense. They trail by a point. 6 minutes exactly to go in the 4th quarter. Now they're remeasuring right here and getting things set, and he is just a nose short. It'll be 4th down in inches right here for the Eagles. They've been able to effectively move the ball in these short yardage situations out of the power look. You'd expect they'll be able to do so again, but you fully expect Grandville to stack the box and do what they can right here. Hudsonville brings a power unit, including Britton all in right here. From the pistol, it's Baker. The pistol back is Fox. A couple of lead blockers to the left of the line. Power pistol formation. Snap to Baker. Give to Fox. Whistles down. And a timeout from the Grandville sideline as Coach Stiegel takes his first timeout of the half. 22-21 Grandville. We'll be right back for the 4th down play.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West.
All right, quickly breaking out of this timeout, a little ahead of schedule. Hudsonville goes power shotgun formation. Couple of lead blockers left. They shift the formation across. Now the strong side goes right. 4th and inches. Snap to Baker. Up the middle. Lowers the head. Stymied at the line. Pushing ahead. I think he's got it by a nose of the football on the plus side this time instead as he leaned on ahead. We'll wait to see what the mark is. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he gets it on the nose, and that'll move the chains for the Eagles on 4th and inches.
It was going to be interesting to see the play call there after, right before on the timeout, they were running a play and looked like it was going to be an A-gap run with Fox. They switch it to the quarterback power run there, go to the right side where they just motioned the bodies to that side again. Bulldogs trying to send the house and try to shut that down, but Baker's fighting forward for just enough.
Back to the two wide receiver pistol. Pitch left side to Fox, spinning and twisting and staying on his feet over the 35 and falls down to the 30 for a gain of 8 on first down. Hudsonville down a point, milking the clock inside 5:20 to go as the momentum of this game is now swung in their direction. They're moving the chains, and they're especially moving that clock as well as they get closer to being in scoring range.
Yeah, the physical power run game continues to work now just outside the red zone. They can really try to eat at this clock, especially after a positive run like that on first down.
Rain coming in sideways across the field right here. They're driving into the mist, and into the rain are the Eagles. Tenhave goes in motion, now returns, snap, give to Fox, stymied at the line of scrimmage and shut down, nowhere to go. Right ahead to the 30-yard line where he started. It'll be 3rd and 2, 4.5 minutes to go, 4th quarter, clock ticking on down. Moody on the stop for the Bulldogs, 4:25 and less to go. Clock being taken on down. 22-21 Grandville, 3rd and 2 for the Eagles. Driving and grinding it down the field up to the Grandville 30-yard line right here. Baker will break him out, the 6'2 junior. Steadies into the pistol. The back behind him is Bryce Fox, who has had an unbelievable game in the power run game. He'll get it one more time. Fox up the middle, stopped at the line of scrimmage, pushes on ahead, and I think he's got it right on the marker. He ran into the back of his own line as it got shut down by Jackson and company, able to lean ahead and lean it right close to the marker. Nope, he'll be just short. The mark is going to be half a yard short again. It'll be 4th down in inches for Hudsonville again. 4th and inches from the Grandville 28-yard line. 3:33 to go, and the Eagles getting ready to break it out as they try to move the chains once more. Again, power shotgun formation. 2 lead blockers to the right. Tailback is Fox, quarterback Baker, snap to Baker, over the right side, leaning the head, has the first down and then some, pushing the pile down to the 20-yard line. Powerful run from Baker, moves the chains and moves the clock inside 3:17 to go. Jaden Terry coming up limping out of that pile defensively. Mark is right on the outside of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Hudsonville, an absolutely perfect 4th quarter drive, milking all the clock as they drive down a single point. 1st and 10 from the 20. 2 tight end, power look, Tenhave the tailback, offset just off in front of the left hip of Baker. He'll work from the shotgun, 2 tight end look, snap to Baker, quarterback power run, left side tripped up, falls down to the 18 for a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
It looked like Baker got caught up with maybe one of the feet of his linemen. He was going to the left side. They just ran quarterback power to the right side to convert on that 4th and short, flip it to the left side, and would have had a little bit more daylight to try to search upfield. But got his feet taken out from underneath him, had to fall forward for a couple.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. 22-21 Grandville. 2nd and 8 from the Grandville 18-yard line. Power formation, 2 tight ends, power back to the left hip of Baker. Baker letting the clock roll down before he snaps this one. They come set, snap to Baker, right up the middle, stymied at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a yard, 3rd and 7. Jackson and company engulf him Grandville calls a timeout. 1:57 to go, and Grandville now with only one timeout. We only have one timeout in the ball game remaining. All right, welcome inside Bulldog Stadium. It's getting to tense moments. It'll actually be 3rd and 8. The mark will be right back on the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 8 for Hudsonville from the Grandville 18-yard line. This has been a perfect drive from the Eagles. But now Grandville's defense, the chance to make a statement. And then, of course, it'll go potentially to the leg of Ian Munoz. He had a big field goal in the last contest. Hudsonville has won games on field goals over the Bulldogs in recent history as well. So we're keeping an eye out for that in the closing moments of this game.
Yeah, definitely. It's very interesting here as the Eagles 3 straight plays now. Quarterback power picked up 2 yards after converting on that 4th down, and Bulldogs choosing to use a timeout defensively here to stop the clock. If the Eagles are going to have a field goal opportunity, try to buy themselves as much time as possible. Also get some time to talk things over defensively here.
1 minute, 57 seconds to go. 22-21, trick play formation as they spread things out, and they have Van Lake standing deep in the backfield at his own 30-yard line. Empty backfield for Baker. Here's Baker. He'll run it up the middle. He's stuffed at the line of scrimmage on the trick play. They tried to go to the get-out formation. It's 4th down, and Grandville will call their final timeout. That was an interesting play call, to say the least, from Hudsonville right there. As they go to the trick play formation, try to spread out the Grandville defense. You can describe the formation a bit, but they try to run it up the middle, and it goes nowhere now. 4th and 6, and we can expect to probably see Munoz in the punt unit come out, or kick unit, I should say, come out. We'll see.
Yeah, going to be a decision here to see. It's just inside the 20-yard line at the 16, so it looks like they're going to run the kicker out there and attempt this one. The conditions, it's been raining on and off. It looks like a light drizzle right now, slight rain as well, so not the perfect conditions for kicking, but also doable in this type of environment. But, yeah, they run that formation that they ran the trick play earlier on, where Van Lake is way behind the play out to the outside, and they threw it out to him and let him get upfield and try to get a couple blockers and the wide receivers out there in front of him. So I think they run that look back out there, thinking the Bulldogs are going to try to respect that, run some defenders out there, open up the middle of the field for Baker in the quarterback run game. But the Bulldogs able to collapse all over it. Short gain there, and so a tough situation. It would be a 4th and 6 if they were to try to go for it. Instead, it looks like going to run the kicking unit out there.
All right, Ian Munoz, the junior, 4th down. He will try this one from 33. A 33-yarder for Munoz, down 22-21 with 1:50 to go. Into the range, snap is down, right leg to the ball. It is angling, it is wide right, no good. The pressure came, the kick is no good, and Grandville keeps the lead, 22-21, 1:46 to go. Unbelievable.
Bulldogs look like they're going to survive. The kick pushed a little bit to the right. They had the distance there. Clean snap, clean hold. Kick just pushed right to the upright just a little bit.
Unbelievable. Kicking into the rain, into the wind there, and Munoz tumbles the 33-yarder wide right. 1:46 to go, and the Bulldogs will break it out here. Jaden Terry is back out on the field. And the Dogs will start from their own 20-yard line. They will go out of the victory formation. Remember, Hudsonville, no timeouts remaining. So Grandville will look to just bleed the clock through a series of knees. Here's the first one as Cash Ruff took about 2 seconds to take that knee and try to bleed the clock a little bit more. So they will be able to bleed this one on down. The Bulldogs will. And it looks like, Chandler, the 7-2 Dogs are going to survive, and they are going to have another date with Rockford next weekend on deck.
Yeah, it was a thrilling one, no doubt. The Eagles had them on the ropes for a while, all the way into the 3rd quarter, but the way that they were able to turn the tide, flip things around, and hold on late.
This felt like a Grandville-Hudsonville circa 2018 game. This was an early Eric Stiegel offense for Grandville type of game. Under center once more out of the victory formation. Here's another knee for Cash Ruff. 1 minute, 2 seconds to go. I mean, it feels like back when Hudsonville ran the double wing and Grandville ran the T, and it was that sort of game. It was grinding. It was tough. every possession meant so much. Last game was a shootout. This was a game where every possession, the game hung on each possession because you knew you weren't going to get many. Both teams realistically, we had one possession in this fourth quarter. Grandville will have to kneel it one more time, and the Bulldogs will be on to the next round. 30 seconds to go. Cash Ruff, the senior quarterback, under center. Here's the knee, and that will kill the clock. Both teams will begin to return to their sidelines, and Grandville begins the celebration. The Bulldogs survive 22-21. Grandville and Hudsonville does not disappoint, and the Bulldogs take the rematch, and their season stays alive for the 2 seed. Welcome inside the Centennial Securities postgame show. 22-21. Are you kidding me? What a game that Hudsonville quite frankly controlled, almost start to finish, but somehow Grandville found the plays needed when they needed them, the big run from Sadinsky, the grinding drive they scored on, and now here they are.
Yeah, quite the turnaround. With 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, the Eagles had just taken a 2-score lead to go up 21-7, and then the events that followed that, the Bulldogs, the big play offensively from Sadinsky, the defense turning things up, able to get a couple stops, and then holding on at the end. It wasn't look pretty for the Bulldogs for the most part, but finding a way to win when it mattered.
There's been a lot of noise, I think, for years of people that maybe don't understand the T offense or maybe disagree with that as an offensive formula. Now, the points per game say enough for Grandville. The first thing people would say, you go down 2 scores in a game like this, and you're in trouble, and you can't find your way out of it, and you can't win playoff games because of it in a grinding fashion. Grandville, I think, a statement that the system works, and this team, in a game where they kind of got outplayed, they got pushed around, like I said, for a lot of it. They found a way to win. This is kind of a statement for what is still a very young team, kind of coming together. Next year, maybe their peak. They don't want to talk about next year being the peak because they fought today to show what this nucleus can do right now still, finding a way to survive again in another thriller against Hudsonville.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe a little bit surprised that the way Hudsonville came out and played so physical here tonight, and give them credit. The way that their offense had played down the stretch, they weren't feeling great coming into this one, but they're able to turn things around and have a good game plan to come in, and they played physical football, pushed the Bulldogs around for 3 quarters. Bulldogs, though, just making the adjustments, playing and making some stops at the right time, but this Hudsonville team gave them a fight and a couple classics throughout the season, a couple different ways, but a couple of really good matchups between these 2 teams.
Bulldogs have been the cardiac kids this year. They played their fair share of games just like this, and they've won a lot of them as well when they've been in that position. 22-21, Bulldogs win. We'll be right back with much more here on the Centennial Securities postgame show. We are just getting started with breaking this one down.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Revolution Rehab offers a personalized approach to physical therapy and health. Dr. Tyler started a private pay practice, allowing him to provide a level of care that you deserve. His goal is to recognize the root cause of the problem and restore the body's natural function. He uses physical therapy as a tool to inspire others to live a healthy and meaningful life. With 2 locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, he can help you get back into the game. Check him out at therevolutionrehab.com.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller. 167 horsepower. Candy red. 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going. And going. And going and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
And welcome back, everyone, to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. This is the Centennial Securities Post-Game Show 22-21. Quick scoring recap. Again, not very much. It was 14-7 Hudsonville at the half, and it was Hudsonville with 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter that took the first points of the second half as Baker found the end zone from 9 yards out. But the final two scores of the game both go to Grandville. Easton Sadinsky, his first play on the field in like 5 weeks, he goes 70 yards to the house and scores, and then Grandville gets a very critical 2-point conversion. You'll find out why if you're just tuning in right now. And then Jaden Terry, very start of the fourth quarter, after Grandville's defense gets really their only stop before the final drive we'll talk about in a second of the game. Jaden Terry goes 21. They make the extra point, 22-21. Hudsonville drives the field, a perfect fourth quarter drive. They get stopped after kind of a trick play attempt on third down, knowing that Ian Munoz has an unbelievable leg, their junior. He's wide right on the 33-yard field goal to take the lead back. 22-21. Grandville takes a few knees. And we end this one. Chandler, give us some stats from this unbelievable contest tonight at Bulldog Stadium.
All right, we'll start with the Eagles. The leader for the Eagles all night long, Fox, he finished with 38 carries for 216 yards.
Say that again, please.
38 carries for 216 yards.
Folks, he went through 2 lines of his stat sheet. He can only have 20. He went through 2 lines of his stat sheet. That's how unbelievable. We'll be talking about Fox more later on, even though they came up short with this game with the sort of performance he had. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, Noah Baker, 12 carries for 42 yards. Van Lake had 5 yards rushing. Brittenall with 7. Grote-Heiss had 1 carry for no gain. Then through the air, a couple completions between quarterbacks. Baker to Van Lake for 17, and Van Lake to Baker, or Van Lake to Baker for 17, Baker to Van Lake for 5.
Has that ever happened in a football game before? There were 2 completions, and it was 1 quarterback to one, and then 1 quarterback to the other?
That's got to be a first of some sort, right? But going over to the Bulldogs, they did not complete a pass on the night. On the ground, Terry led the way, 19 carries, 144 yards. Kopko had 4 carries for 4 yards. Sadinsky, we just talked about the big play, finished with 89 yards. Haney with 19, Moody with 1 yard, and Cash Ruff had 7 rushing yards before the knees. At the end, quarterback in victory formation ended up with 1 rushing yard.
Okay, so that does that. Let's hand out some awards, shall we? Let's start with our Farmers Insurance Play of the Game, Easton Sadinsky. Again, he has not played since the middle part of the Hudsonville contest, going back to week 6, the week after this game, where he had 3 huge touchdowns and nearly 200 whatever yards it was against Hudsonville. He has not played since the middle part of the season. His first snap back on the field since then, 70 yards to the house right after Hudsonville had taken a 2-score lead. I mean, you cannot talk about a bigger moment for Easton Sadinsky than what he had today.
Yeah, definitely a moment the Bulldogs desperately needed to play. It was some dire times there as they had just gone down a couple scores. The offense had been stopped. They needed a big play, and bringing in Sadinsky, you kind of got the feel that Sadinsky not 100%. They were going to try to hold off using him, it looked like, unless it was a situation like that, and able to bring him into the game, and he immediately pays off with a big play down the field.
Centennial Securities winning game plan, best play call of the game. I think it's pretty obvious. Coach Stiegel for Grandville goes for 2 after that aforementioned touchdown just a moment ago, and that winds up being the difference. It's fairly cut and dry in that regard.
Yeah, I think at the time it's kind of a difficult call because you just have a big play down the field, and then you could just easily take the extra point, be down 7. Instead, you go for 2, kind of try to catch some Eagles reeling a little bit. You get the 2-point conversion, and now your next touchdown puts you ahead 1 and ends up being the difference in the game.
Remember, Centennial Securities offers the investments and advice for your best financial game plan. And next, the Rainbow Grill presents our Player of the Game Award. Remember, the Rainbow Grill open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Monday through Saturday. You can get half a sandwich and a side for $9.09 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. And it's Wet Burrito Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So the player of the game, again, a couple ways to go. First off, Jaden Terry for Grandville. They won the game. He had 2 touchdowns. He even had a couple plays defensively that he had to come in and make stops as well. So Terry certainly, but I kind of want to hand out co-players of the game because, again, we just talked about it. Bryce Fox touched the ball 38, messed up that point, 38 times tonight, and he goes for 216 yards. He led the way for Hudsonville. Hudsonville really controlled a lot of this football game, even though they come up on the short side of things in the end. So Terry for Grandville, a couple of really big touchdowns. Of course, Sadinsky coming in as well. But Bryce Fox for Hudsonville. I mean, unbelievable performances from the guys that we kind of expect to lead the way in the run game.
Yeah, he was the workhorse all night long, and that was the fix to what the offense had been looking for. They struggled to score points throughout the close of the season. They turned to Fox and just said, "Here, take it and run," and he did, and it was effective most most of the night. They kept the playbook pretty small. Just the power run game between him and Baker was majority of the play calls outside of those couple trick plays, and they were able to move the football. They dominated the line of scrimmage. Fox was a physical runner, ran through a lot of tackles, and a tremendous night for him, even though they lost.
Yeah, lastly, Carr Center hit of the game. It was a group of Bulldogs. I think Stephen Jackson was kind of the leader on this, but it was the third down play before the missed field goal where Grandville was able to force the field goal off of it. The entire front line stood tall as they tried to power run with Baker, stuffed him at the line of scrimmage. There were kind of those two stuffing plays for the Grandville defense that wound up making the difference. There was also one going back in the third quarter. They got the ball back, standing up on what was a fourth down that time. Those clearly the plays of the game. It was that whole front line able to stonewall the Hudsonville attack.
Yeah, I think so. After being pushed around, as we talked about, just list off the yardage all night. They stepped up when they needed to, make some plays there on that third down, able to stop the quarterback run game right around, just inside, just outside the red zone.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 22-21. An all-time classic again between these two, this time in the playoffs. Make sure you tune in to the MGN YouTube page sometime Tuesday or Wednesday next week. We'll get our weekly Tailgate Report podcast up next week. Grandville-Rockford. Brock Conkle, the Michigan Sports Radio team for Rockford, will have the call of that one. We are TBD on where exactly we're going to be and what we're going to try to do. A lot of interesting games across the area, including, I think, Byron Center, Caledonia are going. Maybe we're there. Who knows where we might wind up, but the Bulldogs live to fight another day. They had to fend off the upset attempt this week. Now they have to put the shoe on the other foot, so to speak, right there, as they try to knock off the rolling Rams, who look like a true state title contender. Now it's a loaded bracket on this side of the state with Davison and Belleville and Saline and everyone else potentially staying in their way. But an unbelievable one, a game where Hudsonville gave it their best shot and then some. Grandville able to withstand the storm, and the Bulldogs 22-21. They stay alive. For Chandler Timmer, everyone at Michigan Game Night and Michigan Sports Radio, I am Nate Dreyer signing off. We'll see you on the Tailgate Report podcast next week, and we'll see you back right here for another game next week. Bulldogs survive at Bulldog Stadium.